Welcome to another Measure Kool-aid report. Well, this is bigger than a report. This is going to be a recap. Because I've been showing previous videos and y'all have been responding to it. Y'all like it. And if y'all like it, I'm going to keep doing it. And so today I'm going to be replaying Get This Untrainable Dog Kellen Moore Out My House. It was a show that I did after the Green Bay game. I was sick of it. I knew that he was untrainable because I was keeping up very real time. And I could tell that Mike McCarthy was really trying to establish a run identity. And the person that was pushing back on that was Kellen Moore, and it was obvious. It was a couple of ways that it was obvious. First, remember, Mike McCarthy came out and he said that we have a winning formula and I don't see us changing. And he was talking about running the ball. Kellen Moore that same week said there are going to be times we have to pass. A clear schism, a clear division the week the head coach spoke. So those of us who was paying attention knew that Kellen Moore was trying to go back to establishing the pass, which was, let me just say,
wrong,
goofy as hell. And can I keep it real? It was also rebellious.
Oh, hell no.
Kellen Moore was a rebellious OC. So by this game, I was done with him. I could tell that he wasn't going to change. So I was like, this is an untrainable dog. He's not aligning to the vision of Mike McCarthy. Now, some people was like, boss, you're being too hard. Come on, boss, you got to support him. He's one of us. No, he was never one of us. Never. So this video is going to be real interesting. This video also pulled together the power panel. Coach Marv, Amp, and Keystone made a surprise visit in the show. I didn't even know they was going to come in the back door. But every one of them brothers came in the back door and they made the show even better. So this is one of those classics that when you watch this in hindsight, it's going to change you. It's going to show that we was on the direct pulse of the problem. Now, you couldn't see it then. It wasn't obvious then, but we was on it. We wasn't pandering. We was keeping it real. We was even on a roll, but we could see through the wee-woo. We could see through it.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee-woo, wee-woo.
So, another thing, when you watch this show, right, and watch this video recap of the show that we all did on Getting This Untrainable Dog Kellen Moore Out My Cowboys House, you go also see, which is super important, that the Dallas Cowboys are getting ready to go to a whole new direction. It's bigger than what most people seeing. Just keeping it real. So let me just go back to this article that was taken out of context from Mike McCarthy, where he said, I want to run the damn ball. Now, the funny thing about when we did this show, I even was wearing my boy West Coast run the damn ball hat, because he had a campaign on that for years, right? Well, at least when Kellen was running the offense, which when you watch this, you go see that we getting ready to go into a whole nother direction. So Jory Epstein, obviously one of the better insider beat writers of NFL reporters, you know, talked about the new direction of the offense, right? And this is some of the key parts I want to highlight. He said, but the reality of McCarthy's return to play caller for the first time in his 4 Dallas seasons is far less glamorous. Reclaiming play calling duties after splitting ways with offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. McCarthy admits some of his plans are not sexy and do not get the headlines. See, that's super important. He letting y'all know and he letting us know that there were some good things about Kellen Moore. Some of the hurry up, speeding it up, high points, 40 burgers, all sexy fun shit. But if you score on 40 burgers and your opponent is getting 39 points or 41 points, I don't care. I'd rather score 30 and win by 14 than score 40 and it be a close game because I wore out my defense. And that's what a lot of people couldn't see. They could not see it. They could not see that his style of play calling was never complementary to the defense when you allowed him to operate without parameters. So now under Mike McCarthy, we will operate with parameters. And see, this is another key part to the article. He said, I've been where Kellen has been. McCarthy said, Kellen wants to light the scoreboard up, but I want to run the damn ball so I can rest my defense. So when you watch this, you go see us in real time get into that. We go talk about that in detail after the Green Bay game, the lack of complementary play calling from Kellen Moore. So a lot of people ran with that. They start throwing Mike under the bus. It was real petty, real dirty, real cheap, real chumpy by the mainstream. You was chumps for that. Let me just say, y'all was chumps. Y'all was straight up chumps and whack for how y'all tried to take McCarthy out of context. It was whack.
Oh, hell no.
And then he said, I don't desire to be the number one offense in the league. I want to be the number one team in the league with the number of wins. And he right on that. Now, a lot of people don't understand that offense, if you are too high tempo, you, especially if you, at this time, you go hear us talk about time of possession and how that relates to having a strong defense. Now, keep in mind, we was talking about this early. This article came out after the season. So this go show y'all, this is the channel you should trust. When it comes down to talking about real ways to win, we go prove it in this video. And this is what he said. And this video is going to prove it. And if we got to give up some production and take care of the ball better to get that, then that's what we'll do. So let me just play the video and then you're going to see we was on the right side of history and that this channel is truly focused on winning. We not focused on just trying to get subs. We not focused on trying to get growth. I'm like Mike McCarthy. I'd rather take less subs and growth and tell the truth than to have a whole bunch of subs and growth because I'm giving y'all pom-poms and I'm giving you sugar content. I'm giving you a bunch of fake content that's not really about winning. It's about me. It's not the case though. It's not the case over here. So let me just go ahead and play the video and we'll get into it. This gonna be that type of day. Let's go. Yeah, we gonna bring it today. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm gonna talk to y'all today, man. We gonna talk real, man. What my boy OC say? It's just straight business, dog. It's just business, dog. It ain't even personal. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Appreciate that super chat, Mickey. And we gonna have them phone lines pumping today. Damn, your boy had to pull out the run the damn ball hat. Shout out to my boy West Coast, man, for running damn ball. West Coast also had a damn good show today, bro. That boy West Coast brought it. This is one of West Coast's best shows today. Yoga. I want to give my boy his props. But you know, but today we dealing with the topic at hand. I'm gonna obviously take some breaks and take some calls. kind of break this up a little bit because it's a lot. But you know, I'm gonna make the case today that you got to get this dog out the house. You can't trust this dog no more. I mean, how many times you go trust a dog that's just disobedient? Just how many times you go do that, right? So obviously, we spent some time, you know, last week, and it was a good show, man. Good turnout. And we talked about the transforming of Kellen Moore to an RPC, responsible play caller. But see, let me just be honest with y'all. He looked like he don't want to be responsible. He don't want to be responsible. He want to do it his way. I'm certain that he's stubborn. It's no logical sense of what happened with Green Bay. And I'm going to break it all the way down. Then I'm going to get y'all on the phones and we go talk about this. But so let's just kind of kick it off. All right, so we go talk about it. So I've been warning for a little while now that you had to watch Kellen. Okay. And I created this in October, early October. And this started also from my boy Landlord, who created the campaign Free Big Mike. And that Free Big Mike campaign is a real campaign because obviously the people that have been following Boss Cowboy Sports know that it's been a divide between Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy in terms of the identity of the Dallas Cowboys offense. But foolishly, I made a critical mistake. I started thinking that Mike McCarthy won and that the battle was fully behind him because I was reading the tea leaves, but I was reading it wrong. I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't get it right. I thought when Jerry and Steven was really talking about the run identity, that solidified and put Kellen Moore in his place, but it didn't. It didn't. Kellen Moore is still the same old person that he's been, and he's not changing. At this point, we will be, see, this is, my fourth grade teacher used to always say, Marcus, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And so we go talk about this and we go really break this down. All right, we go break this down. We go talk about a lot in detail that a lot of people are missing. My boy Bear24 said, and his route concepts stink. Yeah, we go talk about them route concepts. We go talk about it in detail. We go talk about the option routes, right? You starting to hear it come up more and more, which is good, because this is the good thing about Kellen Moore. He improves as he is exposed. He does not evolve. He only improves as you expose him. He don't just turn the corner on his own. He don't learn from people that's trying to mold him. See, think about all the stuff that was put in place for Kellen. We literally have a run game consultant in the building for Kellen Moore, and he don't listen. Yeah, he'll tear it up with the pass game. You know, he'll tear up the whole house, and this is the problem. Okay, this is the problem. Jerry and Steven is allowing Kellen Moore to learn on the job, or they trying to train a dog in a mansion, in a beautiful mansion. What do you mean by that, boss? This is a contending team. This ain't something you play with. This is something that you take very serious because it took years to mount this talent. Dak is in year 7. Zeke is in year 7. You got Zach Martin T. Smith might be on his final year. You got all these pieces and building that Will McClay has been doing since 2016. That's at risk right now. It's at risk. And it's all because we are allowing Kellen Moore to literally learn on the job. So let's talk about the first thing. And this is very important. Let me just take my time. I don't want to go too fast. I'm going to start with my boy Jesse Holly. All right. I'm going to start with Jesse Holly. All right. Because Jesse Holly was tweeting during the game. Okay. And as he was tweeting during the game, this is what he said. He said, I have no idea why Kellen Moore has decided that one of the NFL's worst run defense that you'd choose to throw the ball so much on pace for 40 passing attempts. Yeah, OC is in the building. OC, this gonna be a long one. I don't know if you want this one, big dog. This gonna take a while.
And Keystone's in the building too.
Keystone done dropped in here. What's up, Key? This gonna be a long one, Key. So you gotta ride with me on this one. What's up, Key?
What's up, fam?
So this is the deal. All right. So we had literally, hear me out, 46 passing attempts. 46. Now, this is the issue. You know, when Kellen Moore talked about, and he said that it took everything in him not to throw all day. He was serious. People thought he was playing. He was serious. But he said there's going to be games. He said there are going to be games in which you gonna have to pass, because he was setting this up. See, but there's no logic that can defend this. Keystone, can you please explain this, bro? How in the world did you throw it 46 times when going into that game, Green Bay was ranked 26 in the run D?
Oh my goodness. 46 times? That's telling you right there what Kellen is. And he couldn't wait for Dak Prescott to get back on that field, man. Shout outs to D.A. Lee for that one, too. I got to give him his credit for that one.
Yeah.
He the one that said that.
He did.
Yeah, but it's like you said, but when you throwing the ball, when their pass defense is one of the best in the league, and you decide to throw it 46 times, that ain't good. And you sitting up here knowing that they're just as horrible in the run game, and you abandon the run, that right there tells you right off the gate that he just couldn't wait to throw the ball. That just tells you right there that Kellen Moore cannot cater to his opponent's weakness. He'd rather cater to its strengths.
He didn't.
You're not going to win games like that.
Let me take this super chat real quick.
Done this.
Let me take this super chat real quick. We're gonna talk about that. This not being the first time. Because that's very important what you just said, this not being the first time. My boy Mucho Boom with the super chat, he said, salute boss, McCarthy gotta watch some Cesar Malone episodes, learn how to train his pup. Bro, I don't think you can train this dog. I think this dog is untrainable. I think that they've been trying, bro. They've been trying. It is no training this dog. That's why I named it what I named it, and I mean what I said. At this point, get this untrainable dog out my house. You can't train this dog. This is an untrainable dog. This is a stubborn dog, even when we're winning. This is the second time, 2 years in a row, that he has abandoned the run identity. Do you remember the run identity in 2021, Keystone?
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember that We led the league
But-
in rushing attempts, dog.
Right. And you still want to throw the daggone ball.
Yeah. We in 2021, we led the league in rushing attempts, bro. And when we were 6-2, he abandoned it. This is also why I said today, this loss, sadly, is a good loss. Sadly. Hear me out on this, Keystone. I want to hear your thoughts on this. This is why it's a good loss. If we would have won that game with 46 passing attempts, everybody would have been overlooking how ugly that game was. See, this is what got us last year. Hear me out. We won versus New England passing. Messed us up for the whole season because he kept throwing from then on. What's your thoughts on that, Key?
Yeah, with that being said, like I was saying, I mean, for him to sit up there and do something like that, it's a head scratcher. Because I'm sitting here like, Kellen, I don't know what's going through your mind or what type of sabotage you got going on, but when you got the front office like Steven and Jerry and they're letting you do this, and Mike, you're looking like little Mike right now. You're not looking like big Mike that you used to be when you was huffing it. When you know, but see, this is your job. Your job is on the line, and it's like you're surrendering it to Kellen. You know for a fact he's going to throw. Now, let's just say if we did win this game, that right there is going to put more and more stubbornness in that dog's ear and say, okay, we can beat them 46 times throwing the ball. Let's throw the ball 46 more times. How many times I can throw the ball? And here it is, what you're going to do, throw your quarterback's shoulder out?
Yep.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm glad, like you said, that loss was good because if he'd have won that game, it was only going to make him more egotistical and more stubborn to throw the ball more.
Yeah. Kellen Moore is a trip. Kellen Moore literally believes that he's the only one that can drive. And this is the worst part. Every time, hold on real quick. Let me get the super chat. My girl Mickey say, Keystone hit the nail on the head, Sabotage. Listen. See, Kellen Moore, this is the thing about Kellen Moore that's weird. Notice that every time, hear me out, y'all. Notice every time we attempted to come in there with this pass happy system, we lost. Every time this year. So we came out pass happy versus Tampa. What happened? And then before Dak came back, remember versus Philly, we didn't stick to the run identity. What did we do? We came out passing with Cooper Rush. What happened?
Kellen Moore actually tried to make Cooper Rush elite. Come on, fam. And he threw the ball 38 times that game.
38. Womp womp.
Womp, womp, womp.
I know. Tase down, that hat boss. Can we mail it to his house? I've been thinking that too. I really been thinking, should we send him some running down ball hats? Like, I really been thinking that. Be
careful, his dog might eat
it. That dog ain't gonna change. You ain't lying. But see, this is the deal. Every time, I don't care who the quarterback is. Ooh, Paul said it best. See, Paul. It's like he bent on getting credit for winning by passing. Ooh. Who is Paul? Because we need to clap it up for him.
And can I piggyback off of that, boss?
Yeah.
And with Paul saying that, that tells you right there, what are you trying to prove to Stephen and Jerry, and knowing Jerry held you out from your alma mater, which is Boise State, I guess they telling you got to prove to us that your system works if we want you to be the future head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, come on in. Coach Moore said he want a piece of this talk. Well, get in the show. You got the link, Coach. Come on. Now, when I start getting too deep, I'm gonna kick both of y'all out because y'all gonna make the show go 3 hours. But no, this is fire. I love how Keystone and Coach Marv got a open invitation. You know what I'm saying? So come on, what you talking about, Coach? Get on in here. Yeah. So anyway, let's just tackle all of this content together. We can do that. Now, if it start taking too long, I'm gonna kick you out, man. I ain't lying, because I don't want this to be a 3-hour show. Plus, we also got to take calls too. But we gonna take calls. We'll do all that together. So anyway, getting back to this content. This is another thing that was pathetic, right? Just looking at this dog, Kellen, and why we got to give up on trying to train him. Just give up on that. Don't try to train him. The only thing you should do is micromanage him at this point. You cannot trust him. You can't. The Cowboys' time of possession was 30 minutes with 79 plays. Green Bay had more time of possession with 35 minutes with less plays. So let me ask a question. This is for everybody, because I've been seeing this debate go on, and I'm gonna answer the question today. This is the question: who broke down the game versus Green Bay? Was it the offense or was it the defense?
I say it's the defense.
I say it's the offense. Why you say it's the defense? And then I'll tell you why I say it's the offense. We'll go back and forth on this.
I say the defense because of the fact that we're still having trouble stopping the run. And we couldn't even stop a 4th and 7 where you allow Christian Watson to get in the end zone and score a touchdown. Now, I get that was Deron Bland. I get that too. But on the same note, we still couldn't make a stop on 4th and 7. We still continue to stop running the ball because within that drive, they started getting to the run a little bit effectively. And throughout the 4th quarter, it was like we couldn't stop them for anything. It was like they was really having their way within that quarter, and it was down 2 possessions. That's why I blame the defense.
All right. Look who we got in the building with that clean shirt. Ooh! Ooh! Look who we got in the building,
man. You know,
Coach Marv.
People been hounding old coach today, man, and people have been trying to, you know, even my football buddies, man. We just sat down. One of my football buddies, a Green Bay guy, man, and even though he was talking about it, he's like, man, we already know, man. Green Bay kept the ball long enough so they could get the pound on our defense and wear our finesse defense down. We are finesse, fast defense, and they can't stand being on the field for 30-some minutes a game. And this is not just this game.
Yeah,
we've been on the field 30 and coach, and I've been talking about this for the longest, about being on the field for so many plays and so many guys are just nicked up, hurt. And it's not, it's a, and I you know, boss, you just brought up a stat, and I wanted to say this right quick. I'm gonna let you get right back there.
All right.
You know how amazing, I want people out there to understand how amazing it is for you to run 18 to 19 more plays than another team. And still have the ball for less than, and have the ball for 5 minutes less in a football game.
Say that again. That's amazing.
That's unbelievable.
That's amazing.
And you know what that comes down to? It not only comes down to running the football, but it comes down to trying to run a play every 15 seconds. And if you watch the game yesterday, Green Bay took the clock all the way down to the last 2 seconds on every play because they felt that they wanted to run good plays, not fast plays, and get themselves behind the sticks. We ran fast plays, which sometimes that's called us penalties because we rushing. And when you got a better team, what you rushing for?
Hold on, Coach. Let me pause you because you're getting into my presentation now. Because I was gonna make the case. We think
this is a light bulb.
Yeah, we do, Coach. We think alike a lot. And I got a surprise for you, Coach. I don't want Odell Beckham no more. We gonna talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? I should have saved that.
Why not?
No, hold on, Coach. Hold on. I'll explain that, but that's later on in the presentation. But listen, what's up, Kevin? The big homie, man, from Dixon Circle, bro. Kevin Edwards, that's the big OG right there, man. Yeah, what's up, man? Hold on, man. When I see one of the homies come in, I always gotta stop, bro. This an old friend. We went through some good wars together against haters. He really know these Cowboys. What's up, Big Kev, bro? Good to see you, bro. He said, it's a team game regardless of what Dak makes. There's more aspects to winning than just relying on the QB. Kevin, we go get into that too. All right. But this is why I blame the offense. All right. So, shout out to my boy Amp, because all of us talking ball. And be open when we talking, and all of us, because sometimes I got to catch up to you, and sometimes you got to catch up to me. Hear me out. It's things, listen to me, it's things that Coach Moore said that it took me a while to catch up to. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. It's some things that West Coast said that it took me a while to catch up to. See, don't come in here already with your mind made up, or you can mess up. But listen, Coach said something when he was talking about the speed of plays. Let me first ask y'all a question. Who remember how we came out in that game? You already with me, Coach. That's why you start laughing. How did we come out that game? What did we come out to in the first two series? High tempo. And the opposite of what Green Bay was doing. Green Bay was resting their bad D. Okay, let me just show you. Shout out to my boy Amp, who brought this out today as we was talking ball. Notice that all these 3 and outs started and had 2 pass plays in them. This is every play, the play-by-play. Yep, D.A. Lee, you hit it. We came out no huddle at the beginning. All right, we came out with no huddle, right? And let's look. Look how much time came off the clock before we. So we had 3 plays before we punted, and 2 of them was passing. And look how much time came off that clock. Oh, we lost 40 seconds. And then look at what Green Bay did that was different though. Let's look at Green Bay. What did they do? Ran A. Jones.
To the left.
Yup. Second down, ran A. Jones. Third down, ran A. Jones. First down, then they ran Dillon. Then they ran Dillon again. Then they ran Dillon again. First down. When did that drive end? When they start passing with Aaron Rodgers. They was actually just like us where it was working. But then you got to look at how much time they took off the clock. And then also look at what does that mean? They was wearing down our defense.
And protecting their own.
And protecting their own. Then guess what? We come out on the second series in 3 plays. Guess what? 2 pass plays again, and we 3 and out. So what does that do? Even though our defense was just on the field for a long drive, they took a minute off the clock and put our defense right back out there for 7 more plays. Let me ask y'all a question. Let me just ask y'all a question. For those who play football, who get tired first? The skill positions or the big guys?
The big guys.
Yeah, see, Keystone, when you played, listen, the big guys. So How do you help your defense when you keeping them out there in a hurry up offense? So this is what I want to say. Kellen Moore is a married man that acts like he's single.
Boss, can I say one thing?
Hold on, let me make this example and then you got it, coach. He is a married man that acts like he's single. What do you mean, boss? See, when you married, you can't act single. You got to look out for the whole family. See, when he come out there in that hurry up, he thinking about one thing. What he thinking about, coach? Scoring. His offense, his points, his side of the ball. He not acting like he got a family. See, your family, Kellen Moore, is not just the offense. Your family is also your defense. And you acting single. What was you gonna say, coach?
I'm gonna give you three things that was crazy. Teams like yesterday was 12 games in the NFL. Teams that won time possession won 9 games. Teams with lost time possession won 3. I'm watching the game right now with Washington that got the held the ball 31 minutes to Eagles 7 minutes, and they about to go up 2 scores on the Eagles in the second half.
I'm watching it right now too, Coach Mark.
So say, yeah, that time of possession is real. So you see me and Keystone, you know, we went back and forth on this, on who's to blame. I would say a little bit of both, right? Because we're not going to give the defense no pass. But I also got to look at the cause and effect too. Just keeping it real. I got to look at the cause and the effect. So if you come out with a plan to protect your elite defense, you get more elite defense. Do you know who, listen, do you know who is number 1 in the league in not allowing first quarter points?
Us.
Dallas. Why, Keystone? Why?
Because we was running the ball.
And we fresh. It says that when we fresh and not tired, and them big boys not tired, we can stop the run.
That tells you right there that we continue to get beat in our own game.
Yep, we literally got beat at our own game.
As usual.
Yeah, and you could see it instantly. You can literally see it instantly in the style of offense if you was watching. We came out and hurry up. They came out and ran the ball 8 times in a row before Aaron even threw one ball.
And boss, what did I tell you in the beginning of the game? I said Green Bay gonna try to shorten this football game.
Yep, exactly what you said.
That's because when you don't have the better team, you shorten the game so you can stay in the game and make it to a 4-quarter game. And you feel that you can win it if you shorten the game. But again, the Cowboys came in the game plan to say, we're going to go and try to run as many plays we want to run.
Yep.
But we're not going to try to possess the ball. We don't care about the time possession. We just care about, like, every play got to be a scoring play. And that's, let's be realistic, man. That's high school football where you think you're going to outspeed guys and trick guys and run plays faster than they can set up. But this is the NFL, Kellen. You got a physical offensive line, and you need to lean on those guys and let them wear teams down and not try to let teams wear us down.
So check this out. So remember I said, all right, looking at the Kellen Moore concepts and why you can't train this dog. I'm telling you, just get that untrainable dog out of here, man. You cannot trust him, bro. I'm just you can't trust him at this point. Because he showed you, he looking for every reason to try to establish the pass. He showed you. So now, this is courtesy of my brother Amp. All right, let me try to see if I can make this a little bit more clear. Give me 1 second.
Well, when you go to after we get up 14 points, it's gonna be even more interesting.
Okay, here we go. This should be clearer now. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's better. So now I want y'all to notice a pattern. Like, listen. This is why you got to break all this stuff down. Because we first asked the question, who's to blame, offense or defense? I say it's a little bit of both, but I say it's actually more offense. Why? When we stuck to running the ball, you got way better performers out your D. You can't wear your defense out. See, listen, this is why Coach Moore been preaching so heavily about time of possession. That is not a number. Think about that. That is not just a number. That's how many times we on the field. So let's just look. We already said for every time we was 3 and out, it was 2 pass plays in it. Let's see if I'm lying. So look at this. We ran Tony Pollard on first down. We got 4 yards. We pass again and punt. Okay, let's see if that pattern stops. Because on this drive, totally different. Let's go look at this 3-play drive. What does this look like? We run Davis. Then we pass with Dak. We get him sacked. We pass again, get intercepted. 3 plays again. All right, let's look at another 3 plays in punt and see what they all have in common. I mean, every one of them. On first down, we pass. Dak is sacked. We won.
That last possession was in the right after the turnover. We ran 9 yards and then we passed 2 times. We threw the first interception.
Hold on, we got.
And I was getting ready to say that.
We
got. He was right there in the red zone.
Dwayne said
inside the 10-yard line.
When Chip Kelly was in Philly, his up-tempo offense led his defense out to dry. Exactly. Yeah, man. Dwayne, great super chat on that one. See, that's the thing that Boss Cowboy Sports with Coach Marv and Keystone, we really trying to do a better job of explaining, because people don't understand this. They kind of look at it too cut and dry. They look at it like, oh, the defense allowed these many points, but you got to look at it all together. How long was they on the field?
That was a super chat, boss?
Yeah, that was a super chat, a fantastical.
And you know something was great about that super chat?
Yeah.
And then when they got rid of Chip Kelly, they brought in the next coach, and in 2 years, they led the league in time possession and won a Super Bowl.
Doug Peterson.
I'm just telling you that they led the league in time possession and even had a quarterback hurt, and still with a backup quarterback won the Super Bowl.
And see, this would look. We ran Pollard. We pass on 2nd and 7. We pass again on 3rd and 7, and we punt. Then you go look at the end of the half. I'm not lying. Listen, literally every time we came out throwing, we punted. Basically. Without me going through it line by line. You can do this on your own. See, this is the thing. Trust me on this. When Amp told me this, I didn't take his word for it. I went and double checked this myself. He said, boss, he said, I double checked the play by play. He said, bro, every time we threw 2 passes in a drive, we punted.
And boss, if you go back to every big game that we done had in the last 2 years, you will see the same pattern of play calling.
Yep.
The same pattern of ball down. And you know what gets us in trouble? When we do a 2-minute drive right before the half, and you're doing a 2-minute drive, yes, you're going to pass. You pass and we score. Kellen thinks that the 2-minute drive, that the defense is going to play the same when you playing in the regular. That's a whole different type of defense.
Yep.
That you're going to get than in the 2-minute drive, because we're going to give you lower high percentage passes. But when you try to run that at the beginning of the half, you're not going to get all those easy passes, those easy completions.
Oh my God, B Bird, I missed the super chat. Oh, look, Washington 38 rush attempts with 8 minutes left in the third. God dog!
What up, B Bird?
What up, B?
And with their bad receivers, when Heineken throw the ball, he got time to throw the ball because the pass rush, you don't wore the legs out of the defense. There is no pass rush. They do what they want now.
I gotta do like you, Coach. When Coach start talking and he gets serious, he start doing this.
Crazy,
That's how you know Coach serious. When he start shaking that head, boy, he's serious.
You get that bobblehead.
Boy, when he start bobbling the head, Coach is serious.
That Bernie Mac bob.
Well, hey, listen, we just talking about this game. We could last, and well, after this week, we probably gonna be butt naked last in time possession in the whole NFL. And I can tell you this, fellas, there has never been a team that have won the Super Bowl that has been last in time of possession.
Coach, can you explain at Keystone why is time of possession so important from a head coach's perspective? Please listen to Coach on this.
First,
because
that means you got time possession. You control the tempo. You control the tempo. You have less plays for your defense. Now your defense is fresh, and then you make their offense play the style that you want them to play because you won't give them a chance to run 38 attempts to run the ball. If you got the ball more, they don't have enough time to run the ball 38 times. So this is what you do is what McCarthy was talking about, complementary football. If I got a great defense that it leads the league in sacks, if I control the ball over 30 minutes, I make the other team feel rushed, and when they feel rushed, now they feed into our strength. But that way, I keep my defense fresh, I keep us on schedule, and then I lean on the best part that we have on our offense. We talk about receiver quarterback, but the best part of our offense is the power in our offensive line. And now if I get the time possession through the first 3 quarters, I'm going to walk through you in the 4th quarter because you're going to be tired. And now you only can pass the ball. And that's what Michael Parsons and these guys want to do. They want to hunt. But I have to control time possession with little things about taking it to the 10-second mark before I run a play, running good plays, not fast plays, and that would cut down on penalties, right? Because we move too fast. It would rest our defense because now our defense has been on the field for so long in so many games. Now guys are getting hurt.
So check this out.
Oh, one other thing, boss. One other thing I forgot to say. If we control time possession, our main players going to be on the field more for our defense, and it will cut down our rotations, and we won't get things where we have bad guys in the middle when we were talking about run things because they're on the field so long. You have to play other guys because you're on the field so long. But if we cut down the minutes they're on the field, you're going to see Parsons play 100% of the plays, not on the sideline getting a rest.
Shout out to my boy Lexington from Carter. What's up, man? It's one of my Carter brothers in the house. What's up with the big dog? Best rapper, man. You play too much, bro. This dude always come in here playing. This dude say, stop, coach. Kelly needs to throw all the time. He needs his bag. You play too much, bro.
You know something? Kelly killing his own self, fellas. Because, listen, let me tell you something about this NFL. These owners see what you're doing, and if you go out there and throw the ball and your offense, every time you go out there being pass happy and you get bogged down and you don't win big games, you're not gonna get no job.
Oh no, coach, before you go there, we got a super chat. I want to take the super chat real quick for B Bird. He say top offenses can't score when they're on the sidelines. Adding that to it as well. And somebody asked, is it a way to cash app me? I think they said because they super chat not working. You can do Boss Cowboy Sports on Cash App, or you can do Venmo at Boss Cowboy Sports. Either one of those. You know, that'll be a way to cash at me. The Venmo or the Cash App for anybody that's appreciating the content but getting issues with that super chat feature. I got you. You can go that way too to help the channel. All right, let's get back to this content, y'all. This is actually funny that y'all came in. This is dope. I wasn't expecting this. All right, here we go. It's cool though. I like it. We gonna do this more. All right, check this out.
Hey, boss, you got the plays back up there?
What plays?
You still got that play chart?
Man, we ain't finna go through all the plays, coaching. We'll never go through this content.
I just want one thing.
Uh-huh.
Well, we got about 14 points.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
How many pass plays did we run after we got our 14 points? Did we take the air out the ball?
I counted that already, Coach. 15.
We threw the ball even more.
We threw the ball 15 while up 14. I counted it. Yeah. We threw the ball 15 times while up 14 points.
And still we're running plays fast too.
Yep. So when we talk about managing games and turn your defense up, that's what we talking about. Your defense go play worse with Kellen play calling. I'm gonna say that again. Your defense will play worse with Kellen play calling. Let me get back to this.
It was proven yesterday.
What'd you say?
It was proven yesterday.
Yeah, it was. All right, so check this out. All right, we finna get into some salt. Let's take some calls real quick, y'all. Let's take some calls. We gonna open up the phone lines. All right, let's take some calls, y'all. We got the phone lines open. We got Keystone in the building. We got Coach Marv in the building, and we got the call lines open. Y'all call on in, and then we go really break down these option routes, and we go talk about that. That's real important. But we got the call lines open. Y'all better call in quick, because y'all know. Y'all already know.
Boss, a quick little story. I remember I hired a different offensive coordinator, right? And he wanted to go to this fast-paced throwing the ball because we had a pretty good quarterback. But you know who we had to talk to first? I had to talk to my defensive coordinator.
Oh, hold on, Coach. We got a call.
Okay.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, yo, what's going on, Boss Cowboy? What's going on, Coach? What's going on, Keystone?
What's up,
Cooler, man? Cooler, man. Yeah, I'm gonna say what's up to the Cowboy Nation too, man. Everybody needs to calm down just a little bit. Just pump your brakes. As far as this overreaction, like the season's over with and all that stuff. I'm not throwing in the towel.
No doubt.
I'm not waving the white flag.
Absolutely
We just gotta adjust.
Yep.
We just gotta adjust. It was a team loss. We gave them motivation when we shouldn't have gave them motivation. I mean, them 2 interceptions that Dak threw, that was terrible. Coach is right. We need to run the ball more because we was tearing them up in the run. And isn't Green Bay one of the worst bottom teams as far as run defense?
Yep. They was ranked 26th going into that game.
23rd.
We played with our food. I said that yesterday in the comments. If we play with our food, this is what we get. We got what we got what we deserved yesterday. We woke up a sleeping giant. Aaron Rodgers, and then we woke up another sleeping person in the wide receiver. We already knew what Aaron Jones can do.
Yep.
And Dillard, we already knew what these cats can do. You know, the defense. You already know I want LVE off the damn field. You can go put him. I don't care what y'all do with LVE. People still rooting for this dude, man. I ain't rooting for this dude no more. I'm done with him, man. Like Big Game James said, why this dude got to see him the checks and he only making $2 million? Not feeling that at all.
Hey, but listen, but Ty said something I totally agree with, Tyreek. I'm gonna push back with you a little bit. We not overreacting on Kellen Moore, big dog. This is not an overreaction. No.
Oh no, I'm not saying we overreaction on Kellen Moore. I'm saying that we overreacting as far as the season over with. No,
like you
McCarthy
saying fans
got blindsided.
You saying fans in general.
Yeah, well, fans are saying that the season over with and all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. They're overreacting
they tripping.
on that. This season is
big
not
overreaction.
Over with.
Yeah.
It was just a loss at sting. We knew we had this game. We beat ourselves. We shot ourselves in the foot. My thing with Mike McCarthy, he got blind. He got blindsided. You know what I'm saying? He went in there with his eyes wide open like an idiot. He should have been pissed off that he got fired from somewhere that he loved so much, so he wouldn't even have to be in Dallas. But he went in there. He didn't do what we normally do as far as yanking Kellen Moore's chain.
No.
When Kellen Moore getting out. When Kellen Moore is getting out of line.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
you gotta yank that dude chain, bro. For real.
You got to, man. You gotta yank this dude chain, man, because when Dak throwing the ball on first down when you should be running the ball, you know what I mean? I'm not seeing any pitches. I'm not seeing any. They throwing these dumb screens out here to goddamn Gallup, dumbass screens. When you know what I'm saying, should have been running the ball and jumping the ball to Pollard in the flats or something. That would have looked smarter if you ask me personally.
Say, but Reed,
yeah.
See, check this, bro. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. This season over if we don't get Kellen in check. Season is over, bro.
I agree. Because we look in the same way we look when we played against, even though we scored more points, we look in the same way like we played against Tampa Bay in the beginning.
Yep.
They get starstruck when they play against these big-time quarterbacks. As far as Rodgers and Brady, they just got our number, and that's bad because, like you guys been saying, we don't want to have to. We should have ended Green Bay season yesterday.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We should have ended that, so we wouldn't have to worry about them dudes come playoff time. Now you woke up a sleeping giant. Now they might start to believe.
Yep.
Then you see Brady go over there.
Facts.
And you see Brady go over there across season win that game. They might have woke up a sleeping giant over there.
Facts.
Might have to see these dudes later because Atlanta them ain't going.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
So Dak got to get it together. Kellen Moore got to get it together, and Mike McCarthy got to get back on the job of yanking the hell out of this dude chain. And we got to figure out how to stop that damn run. Even if people got to sit down, we got to learn how to. We got to learn how to stop that running game. And one more thing, and I'm gonna land my plane here. Why the heck didn't Dan Quinn switch Diggs to play the rookie for a little bit, just to slow him down a little bit? I didn't understand that.
We'll talk about that.
I didn't get that part of the game.
That's a good question. And let me go ahead and answer that now. That's a good one, Tariq. I'm gonna answer that.
All right, y'all, man. Peace.
That was a good call, man. Reek always bring that funk. Like, listen, y'all, that Rook came out of nowhere. Now us draft heads already knew who he was, and we knew he was dangerous. But that was the first time that dude showed up like that. So, you know, you would, and remember, Aaron wasn't really throwing the ball at all. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was lighting us up on volume. He was lighting us up on big strikes. You know what I mean? So it was hard to get a feel when that was coming, because it was coming out the blue, because they was establishing a running game. You know what I'm saying? So, and your whole research said what? What? It said that he wasn't the number one. He was always the number two with every team you scouted before that game. He just played very number one-ish that game. You know what I'm saying?
Close. I got to say something about the defense. And this is getting on the defense. And this has been a problem since last year.
But hold on, Coach, because I want to get to this content, because then we ain't going to never get past this content with y'all up in here if we don't get to it now. All right. But then, hopefully, as I'm addressing this, hopefully it leads to what you was going to say. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, all right, let me get to this right now, because I want to ask a question. Because we already talked about this. Who broke down the game? Offense or defense? I said more so offense. We do give defense some blame. But in my opinion, you ain't got to agree with me. I think the way that all that passing kept them on the field and hurt our ability, especially our big dudes. That's why I asked the question, who get tired faster, your skill positions or your big guys? You can't leave them big guys out there that long. They go start eating them alive. So that was one question. The second question, because I want to address this, who fault was the interceptions? Dak, Lamb, or Kellen?
You can say it's a bit of all three, because when you look at Dak, of him throwing the ball, yeah, he threw the ball, he threw the picks, so due to him, yeah, part of it. But when you look at Lamb, okay, did he really run his route the way he was supposed to have run his route? But when you're looking at Kellen, and you still with these option routes, when you got your number one and your tight end confused, never mind your third-round draft receiver that you just drafted. So that right there tells you it's a mix of all three. But Kellen, you're still back with this option route going on. And when you ran the first play, that was the first interception that Dak threw, when you got Lamb and Schultz running behind each other, looking like they're running a choo-choo train route, I'm like, what is this? I'm like, who was really supposed to get the ball? So that's why I say it's really a mix of all three.
All right. So let's first start with this. All right. We gonna start with my homie Bobby Belt. All right. Let's listen to Bobby Belt. Then we go listen and we go break this down. We go solve the mystery today. Listen.
All right. The Tolos agreeing with you, blaming the defense first. 38.5% out of the 5,000 votes. Number 2 blame is going to Dak and the receiver communication. Take us through the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, I think so. I think the first interception, regardless, I know Greg Olson and other people were trying to say that that's, you know, about the receiver again and the way and the position that they were in, where they took their cut. To me, that's still, it was way too congested an area to make the throw. I think even if that route's run perfectly, it's a really tight area to try and get the ball in, and it was asking too much there in the red zone. Like, you don't need to get greedy right there.
Yeah.
And so that one, I still, regardless of if Dalton Schultz slipped a little bit, which is apparently what happened there, slipped, and so he wasn't quite in the position that Dak was expecting, then, you know, I still wouldn't want him to make that throw even if everything's run completely cleanly. The second interception feels like CD. Because, and this is it's almost the exact same route that happened against Chicago, where it's the same scenario where he didn't flatten out. He went up. He was playing the seam and went up instead of, you know, making the in cut. And that's where you guys heard Mike McCarthy talk about it. That's where the communication comes in. The, you know, being able to see the same thing and anticipate the same thing, and that's frustrating. That's why, you know, some teams don't like running option routes and having those sorts of things built in there, is because they don't want to trust that a receiver and a quarterback are going to see the same thing, because that doesn't always happen. I think it also is important, and this is odd, I know, but watching that game last night, the guy I kept thinking of throughout the game was Dennis Houston. And it's because Dennis Houston wasn't super impressive in training camp, I didn't think, and I think a lot of people watched him and were just kind of like, why do they love him so much? And one of the things we consistently heard, and I think people brushed it off when they heard it, was behind the scenes we heard Dennis Houston is always where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Dak knows Dennis Houston's going to be where he's supposed to be, and he trusts that and he likes that. It's like, okay, maybe this is making a little bit more sense now. Yeah. Why would Dak be prioritizing, I really want a guy who's going to be where he's supposed to be? Now, look, there were plenty of guys who were where they were supposed to be last night, and Dak missed them. And Dak's got to be better. Dak didn't play great. And so, but I mean, regardless of that chemistry, communication, whatever word you want to give to it, just being in sync with each other is critical for them to get down moving forward. And again, I think they got it down for the most part in the second half, especially him and CD. In fact, he had that catch in overtime, but in the first 4 quarters, he had those 10 catches for 134 yards or whatever it was. That was all of that production came on their 4 scoring drives. So basically, during regulation, if CeeDee Lamb caught a ball, they scored on that drive. If he didn't catch a ball, they didn't score. So like as the offense go, or as CeeDee Lamb goes, the offense kind of goes. And so that connection is extremely important. And so they need to make sure that it's right.
You said he likes where guys
So check
where
this
they're
out.
supposed to be. Does that include being on sides?
All right, obviously they've taken a shot. Now listen at this now, because now we go hear from Dak. Okay? Listen.
Everything was synchronized. Everyone was going to know their assignments. They were going to know what to do. You're going to have mishaps, but that was my biggest question. I'm like, why are these things happening to this high frequency with the amount of time that these three and this offense has played together? They're not brand new.
No, they're not brand new. I don't know that the interception of Lamb, I don't know if that was bad communication necessarily. Like, the communication was there. CD knew what he had to do. He just didn't do it. I don't know that I would.
Well, he went upfield. Why did he go upfield versus cut it across? Let's hear from Dak.
See, this is important because we finna hear from Dak how this works. Listen.
What the explanation for the picks that led to 14 points after.
See, I want to say this too. Everybody better be real careful when you start blaming. Be real careful. Because, see, you got to remember what type of offense we running. We running an option route offense. So just listen. I know some of y'all got y'all mind made up. Y'all already ready to blame Dak. But that's why I said come in here with an open mind. That's all I ask you to do. Come in here with an open mind. Here we go.
To the game.
Yeah, I'd say definitely miscommunication. First one was to Schultz. Just kind of, he said he got knocked off his route in a sense. Thinking he was going to cross face. They make a play. That's a huge play right there for us to go up 14. They stop us, so obviously get the turnover, and then they go score. And then, the second one, they score off of that one as well. And that was just miscommunication, similar to the one last week, honestly, just thinking he's going to cross face, him seeing something different, just making sure we get on the same page, and we're able to hit something very similar later in overtime.
Here's what Playmaker said real quick. That's on my guy, 88.
And this is coming from Michael Irvin. Listen, y'all, because I know a lot of y'all, especially watching it in the game, it was hard to tell who messed up. But listen, this is the Playmaker. Listen.
The center of the field is close, then 88 has to flatten that route across the safety's face. If it's cover two or split safeties, then you go up the field like Lamb did. That interception also, it's on the receiver, not Dak, just trying to help everyone understand.
I wonder if that's Dak helping out his, covering for his guy. You know what I mean?
See, because he was. Because, see, Dak called it a miscommunication. The person that was off was CeeDee Lamb. He misread the defense. But we still asking the question, though. Who's to blame? Do you blame CD? Do you blame Dak? Do you blame Kellen? Well, as of right now, unless you got a bias against Dak, you should not be blaming him because he's saying it, Mike McCarthy saying it, the Playmaker saying it, that CeeDee Lamb ran the wrong route based on the defense, which means what? Dak read the defense right and CeeDee Lamb read it wrong. But why are we even running option routes? Especially when it caused 3 interceptions in the past 2 games.
Thank you, boss. Thank you.
Why? And it's going to get worse. Y'all listen, it's going to get worse. Yeah, because a lot of people, this is what they saying. Dak he shouldn't have thrown it. He shouldn't have. I'm gonna do like Coach. He shouldn't have thrown it. This is what they saying. Dak shouldn't have thrown it. But see, you gotta understand how these option routes work. Option routes are thrown based on anticipation, and I'm gonna prove that. So hold on. Let me show y'all real quick. Hold on. Yeah. Let me show y'all Mike McCarthy explain these option routes. Tell me if I'm tripping. Here we go.
I mean, is that what you scored in your day? Middle read?
Listen.
Yeah, 2 shell, post.
I mean, did you see it like Dak saw it, or did you see it like CD saw it when you looked at it?
No, I saw it like Dak saw it.
He said, hold on. He asked on the option route, did you see it like CD saw it, or did you see it like Dak saw it? Who did he say, Coach?
He said he's seeing like Dak.
So does that mean Dak was in the wrong or Dak was in the right?
Dak read. He said he was saying Dak read it right.
Yep.
He was in the right.
Yep. So Dak read the defense right. CD Lamb read it wrong, and his head coach confirmed it. Listen.
No, I saw it like Dak saw it. Yeah. Based on the depth of the defender. It's doesn't matter if it's a nickel, a strong safety, or it could be the defensive lineman lined up back here at 15, 20 yards. When there's someone in the middle of the field, that's a closed safety look.
Michael Galpin, Dallas Cowboys House on the first interception. Why was the spacing so tight between Dalton and CD?
Great question.
See, this is a good question. He said, why was the spacing so tight? Coach, how long have we been talking about that?
Yeah, I've been talking about that since the preseason.
That these boys been ending up in the same place.
I've been talking about that preseason. Me and you had a conversation over the phone. I've been telling you about that.
Yep.
Preseason.
Yep. So that's why this is good, because it's finally starting to expose the system with these stupid option routes. That's why I say this loss can help us. A win would have been horrible because we wouldn't have been breaking this down. None of us. We already been like, we moved on. We beat Green Bay. Let's move on. Let's be positive. No. See, you really do your research for L's. Yeah. D.A. Lee, that was a fire question by, again, Mr. Gelkin. Mr. Gelkin, go hard. Listen, though. Listen to him break it down so we can be factual. Factual, not blamers. See, the worst type of people, blamers. I blame Dak. I blame Kellen. I blame CD. Let's find out what the facts are so we can really look at the cause and then the effect. Listen. Hold on real quick.
I think when you look at the play, in fairness to Dalton and CD, that it's a concept that we've been running a little deeper. So and we were kind of right on the fringe of where you want to run that, because schematically we got exactly what we're looking for. We were trying to obviously had the inside leverage of the linebacker, and you're trying to get the first Dalton, the first guy from the safety, and then CD comes right off of Dalton. So. So with Dalton getting inside of that safety, and then CD's got to be a lot tighter there. But that's a lot tighter window to throw in. So, and that's where, at the quarterback position, you have to throw that with anticipation.
Listen, y'all, because I know some of y'all still want to blame Dak. Listen to your head coach explain the concept. Listen.
And that's where. At the quarterback position, you have to throw that with anticipation. You can't wait for it to clear to throw it, because then now the backside's involved.
So you heard what he said?
Yeah, and Bob, let me break something else down when he said in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said when you run option routes in the red zone like that, it's harder to run option routes in the red zone, especially within the 10-yard line, because there's not too much to read, because there's no stretching of the field. He said in his first thing he said was, usually we run this concept in the open field, not down here where it's so congested and the anticipation in the windows. There's really no option. A guy can fake you out about where he's gonna go, because you can't go so far in the end zone. That's why he said we usually run that play in the open field, and it usually work. But down there, you can tell in his voice that he feel that wasn't a good play down there at that particular point.
It was so if you really listening, if all of y'all are listening, what's up, Amp? Amp done came up in the show, bro. This is too crazy for me, dog. I'm loving this, bro. People, I love it. All right. But we just breaking this down, bro. Because now it's obvious who the real fault is. Kellen Moore. It's Kellen Moore. You shouldn't be running no option routes. First of all, you shouldn't be running no option routes down there, like Coach said. Second of all, we need to get rid of option routes anyway. And I'm explaining why. Go ahead, El.
First off, good evening to the chat. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. I was listening in the bed. I did not have this attire on. So I got out my bed, came out here, turned the heat on, because this is detached from the house. Turn the heat on, let it warm up, go ahead and put my clothes on so I could add my 2 cents. Since y'all asked the initial question this past go round, I have watched Washington be successful at running the ball, and when they decided to get cute and throw the ball, they threw an interception. Philly in turn gets the ball back. They're successful with the run, and when they pass, and I know this is going to hurt us Cowboys fans, John Ridgeway made a tackle that might have just saved the game. Not only a tackle, but he created a fumble. Washington got the ball back, and they were able to muster a field goal out of it. But that drive, too, was stopped prematurely because they decided they want to throw. Fortunate enough, they had gotten enough yards to where they were in field goal range. I said that to say this. What we're talking about and what has been discussed at the start of this show and what Boss has been preaching all season, what Coach Marvin said, what Keystone has said, and what a lot of you in the chat have said, common sense football.
Yep.
When you got the lead, matter of fact, as I speak, Philly trying to go down and take the lead for the game, completed a deep pass, fumble, and Washington just got the ball back as I'm giving my soliloquy. You hear me? It's not by accident. Matter of fact, when I was looking at the film this week of Green Bay, one of the announcers said, and you can go ahead and fact check it, statistically this year, the NFL is running more than it's ever run in more recent years. That's not by accident. That is by design. Why is that by design? Because you have defensive coordinators and teams that have constructed their teams to attack what is known as a passing league. Bruh. So you got light guys, you got light body guys who are quick, who are able to flow left and right. They can move all over the field, right? But when it comes down to the get down and it's time to get down and nasty and you got to meet in those trenches, they are not sufficient. The same way Boss Cowboy broke down last week when he was talking about Ezekiel Elliott versus Tony Pollard and their different styles. And he went in depth to talk about the way that Ezekiel Elliott is built, talking about his physique, talking about the size of his head and how he is able to basically take on hits and blows just based off of how he's built. The guys that we have currently on our defense are not really built to stop the run. So unfortunately, there is not anybody who we could call upon on our team to say, hey, you take this position, you go here, and we're going to stop this run. We can kind of try to minimize it as best as we possibly can, and Dan Quinn can dig down in his bag schematically and attempt to mitigate runs against other teams, but more than likely this year, it's not going to happen. We're going to have to get some big bodies in here, and Hankins is not the sole answer.
Zeke do got a big head too.
I'm not gonna mess up. I'm not gonna mess up your thing. But Boss, I want to say this. I got to say this about this defense.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I'm Dan Quinn, I'm upset about stopping the run. But what I'm more upset about than anything else I'm upset about big plays on our defense. Because if you don't give up the big plays on defense, they could have ran for 200 yards and went to score 14 points.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Coach.
Right,
Coach.
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 And give
Coach.
up big plays on defense.
And I appreciate
that
it.
was a problem last year. Plays over 20 yards, we gave up a lot of them. Getting back in that same thing again of giving up big plays on defense. And that's killing our defense because we playing well here and there, but we give it that one big play and teams getting big.
Yeah, Coach, you right. You definitely right on that. I don't want to get too heavy into that though, because that's gonna knock me off. But you right.
Yeah, but
for
big
sure.
plays is killing them.
That is. So
Can
just
I piggyback on that defense?
Yeah, be quick though, so I can get through this content. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, do the Dan Quinn situation. We still got question mark at linebacker. And if I'm Dan Quinn, I ask myself, are we going to get it strong or are we going to keep playing around? Because the left side of the run continues to keep getting gashed.
All right. So real quick, let me get back to two, because we talking about these option routes. Because remember today's show, because I want to stay focused on what we dealing with. All right. So what we dealing with, just keeping it real, and is we dealing with get this untrainable Dog Kellen Moore out my Cowboys house. And so I'm painting this picture and showing y'all that a lot of this stuff that was happening, it was Kellen Moore who was in the hurry up, which kept our defense on the field. Amp the one sent me today. And y'all can go to the play-by-play yourself and see for yourself. Don't take my word, because I did not take Amp word for it. When Amp told me that, I went and double-checked. And he was dead on right. He said, boss, go check every 3 and out. He said, you go see 2 pass attempts on each one. I was like, bet. I said, send me a note on that. I'm going to double-check. Didn't I say that?
You absolutely said it.
And I double-checked, and I was like, damn, he right. Which goes into leaving that defense on the field. Now, when we break down these option routes and you hear from Mike McCarthy and Dak, who fault was it? For real. Kellen Moore. Because we shouldn't be running option routes. Let me show y'all something.
Why the hell would you run an option route when your receivers are already struggling to get separation in the first place?
Hold on real quick. Can we answer your question real quick? Can I answer your question? Let's listen to G-Bag Nation. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen.
Archer says the X factor moving forward is the passing offense. Everyone knows the run defense needs to get better, but the offensive passing game will be more important. The Cowboys need to be able to throw and score more points, as they have just 23 pass plays of 20 yards or more.
Hold on. We got us a super chat. He said, hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. My boy. He said, common sense say. He said, but boss, D4K, don't make anticipation throws. Bottom line, Kellen is a son, period, to Jerry, and that pass game, big plays is what sells. Running is slow and gritty. Jerry's the only one to check Kellen Moore. Ooh, see, you already in my Kool-aid, dog. Because I'm going to talk about that when we get to solutions. So we going to get to solutions, common sense. Appreciate the super chat. But listen.
And they obviously could use a guy like Odell Beckham Jr. writes Todd Archer.
Yeah, yeah, that would be nice, to get Odell Beckham Jr.
Hold on,
in
Coach.
here. But I don't think you can go into it with the game plan of yesterday.
Listen to Gavin.
Passing game.
Listen to Gavin. Gavin breaking it down. Listen.
Game is money now. We got to make this happen. I think that's a problem. Going over 40 attempts, problem. I think only 5 quarterbacks in the history of the sport have winning percentages in games where they throw it 40 times or more.
What?
It is a very small sample size.
History.
Like most of the other guys, Drew Brees, 40 attempts or more, 40% of the games he wins.
Not a great formula.
It's no indictment on Dak. It's stop throwing the ball so damn much.
Whoa!
West Coast did a whole show on this, boss.
Yeah, I heard it. I told people at the beginning of the show, I said West Coast went fed today. This was one of West Coast's best shows today. I said that today. I called him about it.
He did a show a long time ago. And this is even worse. When you throw over 40 attempts, They went 35% in the history of quarterbacks. 35% of the games. When you throw under 30% attempts, it's almost astronomical. It's almost 70, 80%.
And see, what did he say? Because see, this is what people like to say. Dak can't throw over 40 times a game. Gavin said it right. This is bad for almost all quarterbacks.
Tony Romo too. When all these Tony Romo people, when he threw for over 40 attempts, his record was horrible too.
Womp womp. See, listen. If you want answers, you came to the right place, dog.
Mm-hmm.
You came to the right place, dog. Now, if you want to just hear blame, I blame Dak. I blame Kellen Moore. I blame CD Lamb. We don't do blame over here, bro. We go find the answers and we present it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we doing. We present you the answers. Hold on real quick. Oh, hold on. We passed over her praising the Lord. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick, Pastor. This Pastor Tapp said, praise the Lord. For the Commanders, we have some help. The Eagles about to lose. Clap it up. Clap it up.
That's right.
Clap it up.
So why they about to lose, boss? I'm gonna tell you right quick why they about to lose.
All right.
If Washington held the ball so long that they done sped the Eagles' offense up, where Eagles don't do what they do comfortable, and now they feel they got past them, took the running game away from them because they ain't had the ball enough, and now they're doing something they uncomfortable doing, and they can't perform.
Yeah.
Coach, Washington has held the Coach, Washington has held the ball, and they just got it back 38 minutes to 19 minutes.
Ooh.
That proves what the hell everybody has been talking about today and what Boss Cowboy is talking about tonight.
Yep.
That is how you win.
Yep.
You don't need no damn Odell Beckham Jr., the Messiah, and his 12 disciples to come help you win a championship. You just got to play smart football.
That boy good. That boy good. Go ahead, Keith. Go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, I was saying, because, time possession is everything. Because not only we rest our defense, we wear theirs down. And that really is the key, is wearing down your opponent's defensive side of the ball. Not your, no. Come on.
Washington got 44 rushing attempts. Oh.
Boss, didn't I say today? Didn't I say today? When we gonna have a 40 rush game? Didn't I say that?
You did. So did. Y'all better listen to these boys over here.
Washington knows that Philly's run defense is pretty suspect.
See, I gotta say this with pride. This is why Boss Cowboy is so cold. I want y'all to understand. I talked to Amp. I talked to Coach Marv. I talked to Keystone. This is why. When I tell you, we keep each other tight. This is a fact. This is why y'all need to follow us over here, bro. We don't be playing no games over here, bro. We don't play no games. Hold on real quick, Coach. Let me take the super chat real quick. He said, watched coordinator interviews today. Not one reporter pressed Kellen Moore on not running the rock. Bro, exactly, dog.
And he had the shortest interview out of everybody. How the hell your special teams coach have a longer interview than your offensive coordinator?
That's right. Hey, y'all want to help the running game, right? I'm going to give you this analogy, boss, about how to help the running game, what time possession does. And when you make teams play your style. Let's go to basketball. Let's say if you got a power center, you say you got Shaquille O'Neal, and I ain't got nobody inside the handle shield Shaquille O'Neal. That's like in the football, like running the ball, because we pound them inside. What I'm going to do, I'm going to speed the pace up so I can get him out of that type of game. So if we possess the ball, we're going to take you out of the game of trying to be patient.
Yep.
That's how you help your defense stop the running game, because you don't allow teams to chop at their trap, take the axe out of their hand so they can keep chopping at the tree. You make them play your game. You make them play left-handed, and you make your defense better.
They say Ridgeway balling. Let me get back to this content, y'all. Appreciate that, Pastor Taff, for the super chat. Yeah, we should have kept Ridgeway. Check this out, y'all, because I want to get to this. This is good stuff, y'all, man. I love this, man. This is good, man. Like, shout out to G-Bag Nation. They did their thing today. Listen, though.
It ain't going to work if you're throwing the ball so much.
McCarthy might be onto something with this option route deal with the receivers.
Huh?
Might be.
Wait. Y'all, wait, huh? Y'all know I got to give effects to this. What? What? Y'all know I got to be dramatic with this. Listen, y'all. Damn that.
Might be onto something with this option route deal with the receivers. It might just be where we need to take that out. And
pressure. This is what we need on the radio right now. This is what we need. This is what we need, y'all. This is what we need.
And we just don't even need the second guessing for the receiver and the quarterback.
You're talking about the option where the receiver can decide to go to one spot or another, not an RPO or anything like that.
He's not a big fan about that. Even he said that in a press conference one time.
Well,
wait! See, this is the problem. And this is what I've been waiting to get to. He just talked about Mike McCarthy not being a fan. I'm going to ask this question. Because this is Mike McCarthy talking about option routes from about a month ago. Listen.
A lot of great questions today, but this is my favorite. So we get to talk a little ball here. But no, I've never been a big option route thrower.
Whoa!
Your concept in the past.
The media is so stupid that day. They pissed me off.
Technology. I can't get enough of it. We got McCarthy in stereo.
Yeah, it's a little weird hearing your voice.
I love that part. See, Mike McCarthy will check you so smooth. He'll check you smooth. Boy, he is the best checker. That dude said, it's interesting hearing your voice.
Well, we just got lost.
Oh, they just
Hold
lost.
that L. Hold that L.
Hold on real quick. We got us a super chat. Let me take this super chat real quick. My boy Cub Assist Lab, he coming in the door hot. He say, watch multiple games of any NFL team. You'll see style, identity. In 9 games, Dallas still has none. Ooh. That's why we can't trust Kellen Moore. But we gonna get to that. But listen to Mike McCarthy, because we gonna get to that in the end. Here we go.
No, but to answer your question, option routes take a lot of time. You know, in option, if you're in the traditional West Coast offense, it's
they so stupid. I hate the fact that they was laughing. Now, let me ask you a question. What are we struggling with right now? See, they was laughing, but what are we struggling with right now? Huh? What caused 3 of Dak's interceptions the last 2 games?
It's take a lot of time. You know, in option, if you're in the traditional West Coast offense, it's I tell you, we need to win this week, because this thing's turning into a.
My boy, we got us another super chat real quick. He said, my boy Spot, can you save me? He said, damn, boss, I was the one who called you about the option routes last night, and now 105.3 is saying they need to take them out. Come on, man. Exactly, bro. I'm glad they starting to beat that drum, though. Because, see, that's why I asked the question, who was at fault? Dak, CD Lamb, or Kellen Moore? See, that's why y'all in the right place, because I got the answer today. Listen.
Zoo in here, but yeah. But option routes, so they take a lot of time, Michael. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, if you're going to run option routes, you need to live in that world. That's been my experience. You can't dabble on it. You know, option routes are really not part of the old traditional West Coast offense. I've had quarterbacks in the past that didn't really like them, and it's really about the connection that they have with the receiver. Yep. I've been in systems where only certain guys run them. You know, this is the most this is the most aggressive system that I've been in as far as many people that do run the option routes. And so I think you see our commitment to practice. We practice it.
Let me ask y'all a question. Now I'm so glad that all three of y'all are here. Coach Marv done left. God dog. Oh, let me ask all of y'all this question. How in the hell does your head coach say almost 2 months ago that he doesn't like option routes, but we still dealing with option routes on week 8 and week 9 from your OC?
Because of day one.
Who first? You want to go first, Al? Because I'm dead serious.
I'm gonna get it out of the way real quick.
All right, go.
Because of day one. Look, Mike McCarthy was brought in here. He was able to change up the whole coaching staff except for one individual. When that took place, that one individual and Washington ends the game with a touchdown after a bogus trick play by Philly. 32-21 is the final score. Might be 33. But he was able to change everybody except this one untouchable. This one untouchable. And when they did that, they empowered Kellen Moore to do what the hell he wanted to do, because at that moment he knew, nah, you can't hurt me.
I'm stupid.
He took that from me.
How you unsully the man coming in the door?
Bro, that's a real question though. So I'm still, Coach, what you got on that? What you got on that, Coach?
Fire.
This is everything that y'all said is so true, because he said in this, and I like to break this down. He said, this is the first system that I've been in. You the damn head coach. How the hell you in somebody else's system?
Ooh. See, that's the question. Listen, y'all. Can you how?
Are you in somebody else's system and you the head coach, and you came there with a pedigree of a offensive coordinator that called plays for a Super Bowl champion? You was on the staff of the great 49er teams, and you come there and you tell me you're going to be in some guy system that only coached for 3 years and never coached anything, no position, never been a coach, no other time? How you even accept that type of position? There's no other coach with any type of pedigree gonna come in and say, you're gonna tell me to be in somebody else's system? They're gonna be in mine, and they're gonna give their input.
Yoga fire. They gonna be in mine. So, Coach, let me ask you a question. Are we in Coach McCarthy's system?
No.
What system? You got a coach that's sitting up here with all the experience. The key was to bring him there for you to learn as much as you can, knowing that they supposed to be promising you a head coach position that kept you out of your alma mater. So stop that. Stop acting like you know what's going on when you don't know nothing. You're still in training after 4 freaking years. Take the experience and run with it. Why are you fighting
Give you another bite.
It makes no sense.
Keystone, I'm gonna give you another bite. Amp, I'm gonna give you another bite. Boss, I'm gonna give you another bite. And this offensive system don't fit your defensive coordinator. The Seattle system fits your defensive coordinator, time possession, and run the ball. That would make the Legion of Boom.
Thank you.
Say it again, boss.
Finish him. That's what made the Legion of Boom. They played less plays and they got out the people. They wasn't no big defense, but they played less plays. They made people play into their hands and they dominated. That's the system the coordinator won. And he don't even have enough power to stop it.
See, only here are you gonna hear it like that. Real talk. Real talk. Like, listen, y'all. we broke this thing all the way down today. See, if you really pay attention, some of y'all came in here blaming Dak. Some of y'all came in here blaming CD Lamb. The whole time it's been Kellen Moore. So I put it like this. If CD Lamb is not running option routes, Dak is not throwing interceptions.
Woo!
It's that simple. It's that simple. And I'm going to ask that question again. This is the best question I've answered for the last month. How in the hell are we running option routes when your own head coach said he don't like it?
I never understood. That's
He got that Steve Jones syndrome.
That's unbelievable to me.
Bruh.
That is the most asinine thing I ever heard by a coach say. That I don't like this, but we do it anyway.
We doing it anyway. And it just caused us 3 interceptions and we still doing it. The only thing is this. The best thing is we finally starting to get heat on it. This the best thing going on right now is you finally starting to hear from the media. And so listen, y'all, I got some more. Can y'all handle it or y'all getting past y'all curfew?
Yeah, I can handle it. We blame Cooper too, and Cooper been talking about this since last year.
Yup, we sure did blame Cooper.
You know what's funny though, boss? Some people might not look at maybe this is the only thing that Kellen know, because we know he can't adjust.
He don't know nothing about coaching. He hadn't coached long enough to know anything about coaching.
Yeah, I know they lost.
Listen,
thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
he don't
it,
know
Cool.
anything about coaching. He don't understand that you have to cut your teeth. And it goes back to what I said a long time. You can't skip steps.
Yep. Hey, y'all, forget Philly, man. We ain't worried about no Philly. I ain't even shocked that they lost. I told them they was gonna lose against Washington. I told him, if you remember me battling all them Washington, them Philly dudes, I told you, I said, man, y'all better shut up. Y'all gonna mess around and lose against Washington, because I know our division. Nobody eat each other better than our division. Nobody. We the best at eating each other. We the best.
Nobody.
I ain't worried about. What's up, West Coast? We got West Coast in the building. West Coast, man. I might finna call Mr. West Coast, man. I might have to call you at the end of the show because this show gonna go long if I call West Coast. But I'm gonna call you though. Pick up too, dog. Pick up. When I call you, pick up, big homie. We got to get West Coast in here. All right, here we go.
Big homie, baby, salute.
All right. All right, here we go. Yeah, my boy said, I remember. Yeah, I'm going to call you, Wes. Let me get through this content, bro, because I got a little bit more to go. I'm going to call you. I promise I was going to call Wes today because Wes had a damn good show today. I'm going to say that again. Bruh. That boy West Coast today, that boy let it finish him all out. Man, that boy show was fire. Yeah. Let me get this boy some yoga fire. Say, man, that boy West Coast was in his bag today. Flame. Shoot. All right, here we go. Let's get back to this content.
Say he brought that wood.
Yeah, no, he did. Today, I called him too. I was like, Wes, bro, today, super in your bag. Now, here we go. Here we go.
Works if you have a next level connection between your quarterback and wide receiver, but to implement it, especially with a wide receiver that does not already have the greatest awareness or track record of making the adjustments, it's become a problem with the Cowboys. Maybe at some point you could have a wide receiver that Dak's just vibing with. Maybe Gallup's that guy, so maybe option routes with Gallup work better. But with CD Lamb, it's getting you bit big time.
Yeah, it is frustrating though because it puts a cap on really the ceiling of what your passing game could be. If you have that next level connection with your quarterback, your play caller, your pass catchers, now things are happening that are on the fly, and it's a very difficult thing to do. I mean, to be running full speed on a route and have to judge the positioning of
you're judging the
defender,
coverage.
Listen.
right? And in real time make that split-second decision. But
and you got to make sure you're seeing the same thing that the quarterback sees.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that has to go right there.
A lot that has to. You need years of experience.
That it's not necessarily always working out for the Cowboys. They corrected it in overtime, and good for CD and Dak there. They hit on that play, but now we're talking back-to-back games, critical interceptions, and that one really killed you yesterday.
Yeah, I would love to know how many teams are consistently running the option routes, what type of quarterbacks and wide receivers and play callers do.
Just listen to Mike McCarthy. He said it don't happen on the level he's seeing with Kellen. He already answered that question. So check this out. So this is what I'm gonna say about Odell Beckham. I am officially out on Odell Beckham. Officially.
Yoga fire.
Officially out. Count me out. I'm not for it.
Bring him in for what? Amari.
I'm gonna tell you why. You cannot tempt a dumb dog. You cannot tempt this dog. Threw it 46 times without Beckham. So the first thing I want to say is, Coach Marv, I apologize. See, because this is why I said I was wrong in the beginning. I thought because Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones was putting pressure to run the ball, I thought that was going to keep that dog in check. But you can't wait. You can't watch what just happened versus Green Bay and trust this untrainable dog with temptation. You just can't. Listen, I'd rather have less and run the ball than more with Kellen Moore. Because see, a good OC could rock with Odell Beckham. But see, we don't have that, y'all. I'm just keeping it real.
Nope.
We don't have that. Yeah, and I was wrong. And I will say it. I was wrong. We will be a fool with what we saw him do Sunday to trust him with Odell Beckham. See, this is why I'm telling y'all, us losing was the best thing versus Green Bay. It was the best thing.
Can I say this, boss?
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back to what we've been talking about all the time. Option rights cut down your creativity of as a receiver. And Odell Beckham's strength is creativity.
Facts.
And as a coach, you supposed to cater to the creativity of the skill sets of your players. So if you're trying to make your players play option routes and that's not their skill set, that's your dumbness as a coach. And know why you use option routes more? You use option route when you less talented, like when you at that
Boise State.
And you trying to trick guys, but when you got dogs in the NFL, you don't have to do all that thinking. You let them be dogs.
And I want y'all to realize that's how bad Kellen Moore is. Kellen Moore is so bad that we got to realistically say no to what could improve our team. You better not bring Odell Beckham into no option route system. He gonna be so goddamn frustrated.
He'll tear the whole framework of this team.
So
he'll be right. He ain't gonna be Amari Cooper and say it with a smile and be dignified of how he say it.
You don't bring
on the sidelines.
Yeah, he too alpha. He too alpha for option routes.
Yes, he is.
And
Too alpha.
if we really had paid attention, I know a lot of the speculation might have been because of the whole COVID shot and all of this other mess and speaking out, but also too, Amari Cooper was a creative route runner, and that was not going to work this year with option routes, period. So also, I saw that super chat talking about a competent OC. See, a competent OC takes a look at his team and looks at their struggles and decides halfway through the season, you know what? I want to commit more to running the ball. and then Philly makes the playoffs last year.
Yep.
See, our OC looks at it, we're successful with it, and the first chance he gets, he's on the first thing smoking out of run the damn ball land.
Facts.
That's the problem. That's the difference between a real OC and a play OC, a fraudulent OC.
Facts.
That's not what the OC calls. The OC calls a responsible play caller.
Nah, he ain't gonna be responsible, bro.
And
Nope.
I'll say this right quick, Dan. I'm going to say something, Dan. And I'm going to say this, boss, and I'm going to say this to you, Keystone. Let's stop sugarcoating it.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason Amari Cooper is not here is not because of no COVID, not because of no money, is because he was starting a revolt in that locker room on this BS offense and the BS of this offensive coordinator, and they got rid of the clubhouse lawyer because they felt that his words was going to penetrate this team and turn everybody against Kellen Moore. If your head coach can't do that, that's the only reason Amari Cooper is not here. This ain't got nothing to do about it. They chose Kellen Moore over Amari Cooper.
And listen, y'all.
That's plain and simple.
And see, check this out. This is a good question. This is a good question. I ain't mad at this question. And I'm going to answer. He said, but are these guys talented enough to get separation and win on the one-on-ones? Likely not like Odell Beckham. But you can't bring him here not with option routes. I'm just sorry, y'all. You can't do it. You can't do it.
Do we know that they can get open? Listen here, Tony Tolbert came in, and that's what we talked about. Tony Tolbert. I mean, Jalen Tolbert came in here, but you done took his skill set away from him. I guarantee you give that guy some confidence and say, hey, I want you to run these routes, be creative, he'll make catches.
Man, coach, that's a whole nother subject. We need to do a whole nother show on that. See, what you just talking about is, this is the other part about the option routes that we got to say. And let's say it frank. Let me tell you how bad these option routes are. We are in year, 3 of CD Lamb? Right. Is this year 3? And he's still struggling? He's still struggling with this system?
Still struggling.
This year 3. Yep. So you expect Tolbert, a rookie, to know how to read a defense while running into it full speed?
Why he's struggling? Why Lamb's struggling? Because he don't believe in it. And I told you this before. If they don't believe in what you're calling, I said this last year, boss. If the offense don't believe in what you're doing
they revolt.
To make their talent better, they're gonna shut down, and then afterwards it's gonna get to the point it don't make nothing with whatever you do, it ain't gonna work. It's gotta be bought in. If you're not bought in, you're not gonna learn it. And if your head man,
boss, didn't I say that today, boss? Didn't I say he running the risk of losing his team?
Yep.
I said, Coach Bob, I told Boss that today. I said he's running the risk of losing this team. He ain't lost them yet, but you continue to do what you're doing, and you're gonna lead them down a hole, and there's gonna be a point of no return.
Facts.
And the season is gonna be all for nothing.
This is exactly this is what's going on with Kellen Moore right here, y'all. You can't trust that dog, bro. You can't trust that dog, bro. And listen, what the super chat is fired from Dwayne. Dwayne, boy, I always like talking to you, bro. Dwayne been going hard since the days of Facebook. I remember you. I remember Dwayne Morris. I ain't gonna never forget that name. You know boys who know football. These option routes could be stunning the growth of our young wide receivers.
It's already doing it. What it's doing in Jalen. It's already doing it.
It's already doing it.
Look at Turpin. You can't utilize him, but still.
Right.
Because guess what? On the flip side yesterday, look at Watson. He ain't running no option routes, and he torched us every time he got a chance to.
Ooh,
because he's able to just run freely. He ain't got to think about his next move.
Look at this comment. Look, this is why I love y'all, bro. We got the smartest fans in the world. Let's see. Shannon Sharp go hard too. Shannon, look at what Shannon said. Boss, the Cowboys are all in on Kelly's system so much that they would bench their 3rd round pick in favor of his system. Ooh.
But you know who can stop
That's
it?
a fire comment, but it hurts too.
Who can stop it though? Hey,
That's why I
let
said
me tell you who can stop it. Know who can stop it? Know who we got to get not to believe in it? It's not Jerry Jones. Thank you. Just like Aaron Rodgers got his coordinator, his head coach in check yesterday, right?
With a few choice of words.
Oh,
that don't mean they ain't friends. That don't mean they ain't friends. That don't mean they ain't working together. Sometimes you gotta have some conflict there.
Uncle Charles in the building. Uncle Charles goes so hard. Uncle Charles worldwide.
Great
What's up,
teammates, great relationships. Sometimes have conflicts. That don't mean some of your better players or your coaches. That don't mean we ain't working together. But sometimes we're gonna have conflict. I done had some coaches tell me, "Hey, coach, that ain't." And listen, we might have had some conflict, but I understand it in the heat of the battle, and sometimes you need to be checked.
Yeah.
But you know something, Coach Marv? Politics don't like a backbone.
Can't train that dog. Oh, stupid dog. Can't train that old
Can I
dumb
ask y'all?
dog.
Can I ask y'all a question? This is off. It's not a little off topic. It's way off topic.
Don't go too far off topic because I ain't gonna get to this content, dog. Can we get past this content?
I'm gonna save it then. I'm gonna save it.
Unless it's quick. Is it quick, dog, or is it gonna lead us down a rabbit hole?
I just want to know why on defense we can't set the edge.
Oh no, well, that's a rabbit hole. Nope, we're not doing that.
Okay.
That's a rabbit hole question. That's gonna lead us way past this content. Yeah, bro. See, this is what all y'all gotta realize. You gotta feed the people one thing at a time, bro. Trust me, dog. Trust me, you can't give it too much. You gotta break it down during the week. Yeah, we stand focused on this dog, this uncoachable dog. All right, B Bird with the super chat. Ooh, see, B Bird be going hard. B Bird, you be making me mad sometimes, but then I love you the next day. I'll tell you. My boy B Bird, he say Kellen is 3rd most powerful person in the org. Ooh, B Bird go hard.
And you know why they aren't afraid to bench a 3rd round pick either? Because in their mind they thinking, oh well, we'll just get Will McClay to go get somebody next year.
Ooh, this is a good one. Dwayne Morris said, not only Dak, but Zach Martin too, because Kellen is wasting his team's talent. Now, we are getting pushback from Zach, Mr. Morris. We getting pushback on that play caller from Zach. Let me get back to this content, bro. I ain't gonna do this no more with y'all. Ain't no way I'm gonna have all of y'all in here while I got all this stuff prepared.
Get in there, man. Go ahead. Knock it out, dog.
This would have been an hour show. They done turned it to a marathon, but I'm cool with it.
But yeah, man, you dropping you untying some whole things, a lot of the deep dark secrets of how what we need to do to win big
Open
games.
the can of
This is
worms.
what we do to win big games.
This is what we need. Like straight up, bro. Like, coach, that's facts. And we cannot trust that dog. See, we gonna get to the solution in a minute. Let me just get through this content, and then we go back to how to fix this dog. Because we ain't gonna never talk about problems. That's one thing me and my boy West Coast used to always say. I ain't never forget it. We always said this in private. Never be a page that's focused on problems to where you don't present solutions, or you just a bitching channel. And we ain't no bitching channel, bro. We not gonna sit here and bitch and moan without saying, how do you fix this? You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you gotta show the problem, then present the solution. Because a lot of people walked in, real talk, thinking it was Dak. They did. They was, those interceptions was on Dak. Nah, if you stayed through this whole thing, you know it was on Kellen. Yeah, Dan Craig starting to get too cute. Man, don't get me started on that action. All right, here we go.
Man, look here. Speaking of bitching channel, let's get back to this female dog of an OC we got. That'll get you back on track, boss.
Let's get it. You got me back on track. All right, let me see. Was I finished with that? Let me see.
You have something like that down because I
like an
I don't
Allen
know
and
that,
a
but-
Diggs. You know they've got that down. A Mahomes and a Kelsey. A Mahomes and a Hill. Like those guys that just have a Brady and an Evans.
There really shouldn't be an excuse for Dak and CD not to have it. It's not like they just woke up and started playing together yesterday.
Shouldn't be, but we've seen simplifying this offense has worked for this team this year.
Woo, boy, that last thing
Fire
he said,
comment.
fire, because he's right. Because think about it. We converted 100% of our third and shorts Sunday. How? QB sneak.
Keeping it simple.
QB sneak. We kept it simple.
Keeping it simple.
The whole time we was being all fancy, we was 33% conversion. When we went 100% simplicity, we converted 100% of third and shorts and fourth and shorts. Facts.
Come on, Tyrone. Come on, Tyrone.
Yeah, Tyrone Church with the super chat with the facts. Yep. Facts. Most of Dak's interceptions when Kellen Moore coaching has been option routes go. Facts. Bro, that's facts. And we proved it today. Mike McCarthy explained it. Dak explained it. And Mike McCarthy said, I never wanted option routes in the first place. And I've never been in a system this aggressive on option routes. There's only one person that should be running option routes in our current system. That's Hot Pocket. That's it. If you don't know who Hot Pocket is, that's Schultz.
And listen, who might be causing them being around quarterback? Maybe Steve Young.
Yep.
Joe Montana. Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers. All these people became Hall of Famers without running option route. But now, option route.
Look at the quarterbacks that Coach Marv just named. He said basically goats didn't like this system. Can we say it like that? Goats and Hall of Famers didn't like option routes. Dog, that's what I'm saying.
Because it's too many moving parts.
Right.
There's too many variables.
Think what you asking Dak to do.
Confusion comes. Yep, that's
You're asking him literally to hit a moving target while hitting a moving target.
Right. And guess what? He got to hit the throw with anticipation.
And then,
so that means he gotta let the ball go early, not even knowing if you gonna make your break or not.
We've seen Dak at his best, right? Where he just slinging it, he in the groove.
Yep.
He moving. You know what I'm saying? He dropping it into the bread basket, hitting receivers right there in the sweet spot. And we've seen sometimes when he ain't so pretty.
Yep.
And I wonder if we had been paying attention to this a while ago, how many of his not so pretty moments were because of option routes? Oh, he's not that accurate.
I'm gone. I'll see you later. Hey, I talk to you later, bro. I'm done. That's the comment of the show. All right, that's it.
I'm gonna give you another one.
Facts.
How many remember when Parker said in his thing said the reason I don't like option routes because they take too long?
Yep.
I guarantee you all the sacks we got with Dak Prescott this year is because we run an option route and they took long. We ain't never had nobody beat out the offensive line right off the rip. That's why we talking about he's holding the football because McCarthy just told you.
He patting because he's patting the ball because he's waiting on the receiver to read and react. Then he can react.
Hold on, y'all. You could always tell when somebody come in late. You could always, he said, stop. He's a professional QB. Stop lying to these people. So you could always tell when people came in after the evidence was shown. You know what I'm saying? So, no problem, Dante Golder.
Dante done came in church late and he loud.
Yeah, and he loud. He done came in. I ain't gonna get on him, bro. I'm gonna take it easy on him because he came in late. You know, because it was people who was blaming Dak at the beginning of the show. Once we showed them the evidence that them interceptions was on option routes and CD Lamb, they stopped blaming. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's a lot of people just don't have the information. That's all it is. I would say, brother, go back and rewatch the show and you'll get caught up. This ain't got nothing to do with Dak just being a professional. He's in a very dumb, toxic system. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not gonna rehash the content. Just go watch it again and then you'll see. Super chat by James. He said, when you built to run the ball, you don't need a complicated pass system it calls for simpler routes, bro. James, you going hard, big bro. He said because your goal is to move the. Oh Lord. Facts.
I see why you say you love our fans, bro.
Our fans smart as hell, ain't it? We got the smartest way. Yeah. Ooh.
Boy, look at here. Ron Rivera breaking down in the locker room right now after that performance. He holding back tears.
Oh, hold on. He didn't call my name, Shannon. I ain't see. Did he call my name? Hold on. I ain't see. Did he call my name? My boy Shannon said we don't do name calling over here. I ain't see him call my name, big dog. Did he? If he did, yeah, we don't do name calling over here, big dog. We disagree with class over here, big dog. All right, but check this out. Let me play this last sound bite, and then we go kind of talk and close it out. Take a couple of more calls if that's cool with y'all. But here we go. Here we go. Hey, also, I appreciate this. This was cool. This is the crowd that we usually talk football live on game day. So this is that crew, and they snuck in on this one, but it made it better. I loved it. It just made it long as hell. God, oh Lord, this made it long. Right, but listen to, it's a couple of more I gotta play. I gotta play this. Here we go. Listen.
Quarterback's got to be on point. Communication's got to be on point.
Can you trust those guys with the option routes? Doesn't it feel like that whole thing's just got to be thrown out with picks and back-to-back games?
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, I know we keep using the word communication for that. I don't think that's communication. That's just CD's got to read it.
Yeah.
Like that's not a communication thing. That's not like, oh man, we weren't on the same page. It's no, CD, you didn't see what the coverage was. And so
see, but he acting like that's easy. That's not easy. You feel me, coach? How you running into the coverage and you supposed to identify accurately while in your route what the coverage is?
They want that man.
That's crazy.
They want that man to parallel park driving 40 miles an hour.
They want that dude to be a stunt driver.
CD's just, I think, got to be better there. Dak's got to be better in his own respects.
No, they just beat around the bush. They know the problem, but they just don't want to say it 100%.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
And that's Dak and Mike McCarthy being politically correct.
Fact. Hold on, let me finish this because I already know once y'all get going, we ain't gonna get through it. But let me finish this. Here we go.
You know, he needs to be better on seeing that, and Mike McCarthy talked about that during the press conference today. But you know, I think that. Look, every team runs option routes. There's certain receivers that it's not their forte. For instance, you know, for several years, Dez didn't run a lot of option routes. His routes were kind of, you know, just what they were, and there wasn't a lot of you know, reading and decision making to be done there. But I mean, the concepts we're talking about here, these basically, you know, cover two single high beaters are pretty simple reads. And so it's a little frustrating, I think, for people when they, you know, for the team when they see the mismatch there that the receiver and the quarterback aren't on the same page.
What about this defense, Bob? Has the league figured out what to do?
Bro. So before that, listen, y'all, before we get into this last little bit that I got left, Gavin said one of the realest things I ever heard him say. I'm gonna play this. Y'all just listen, then we gonna talk about how to fix it. All right, that's gonna be the real part. Watch this. This is what Gavin said. Listen, y'all. Listen to this.
At least the Tolos aren't in denial about how bad this run defense is anymore. You know, after the Chicago game, I said, listen, this is a problem. This is going to be the reason you lose in the playoffs. And everybody jumped down my throat like, how dare you say that? It's just how they get it done. You can't hate on them for the style of their defense. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to send a message to the Jones family. You guys are enabling the Joneses whenever you do that. Whenever you jump down my throat, I'm trying to tell them, build a team.
Ooh, he said y'all enabling the Joneses.
That has a advantage against everybody you'll face in the playoffs. Not a team hoping to figure out a way to get it done in the fourth quarter. And they don't want to do it. 2 years in a row now. They're like, oh no, we're good. We're going to make the playoffs. They're just building teams to make the playoffs to get us excited, okay? So when we have a playoff team with a major flaw before the trade deadline and like, hello, we got to fix this, The Joneses gauge how the public reacts. The Joneses gauge how the public reacts. Okay, they know the vibe had gotten to the point that the fans are convinced you guys aren't going to do anything, right? We have to use that as a weapon.
He basically saying his own way, your voice matter.
We have to use your disinterest as a weapon against them. You have to say cynical and skeptical, and don't shoot the messenger, because at the same time, we're being objective.
This is what I was trying to talk about last week.
Soccer mom about the way that you're...
That dude said don't be a soccer mom.
We're being objective.
Hold on, coach, real quick. I'm almost finished.
Be a soccer mom about the way that you're rooting for your professional sports team, because the owners are paying attention. And if you will take anything and everything as far as BS they can dish out and still cape for them.
Cape for them? Ooh,
because the owners are what? Back that up a couple seconds.
I'm gonna back it up. Here we go.
Soccer mom about the way that you're rooting for your professional sports team, because the owners are paying attention. And if you will take anything and everything as far as BS they can dish out and still cape for them, still make excuses for them, they do notice that. Okay?
Ooh. He basically saying he noticed when we been a sucker fan base. Ooh. He basically said they can tell when we buying they BS. Ooh. So I want to say this, and I'm gonna just keep it real. All right, some people still don't understand what we do over here at Boss Cowboy Sports. They still don't get it. So let's get to solutions, because that's what this is about. But see,
boss, before we get to solutions, I have to say this, because I want people to understand the type of work that you do, the hours that you stay up, breaking down film, constructing these shows, coming up with strategies and ways that we can be successful in spite of. When we've done these watch shows this year, and toward the end, and we make our comments objectively the way you just heard, we have been criticized because we aren't rah-rah, it's okay, we'll be all right. That's the problem. Because you continue, when you do that, you continue to empower the Joneses, like he said.
Yeah.
When you talk about let me say this about the Joneses, right? And I got shanked with a butter knife all last week when I was trying to go on everybody's show.
Yeah, you did.
Diffuse all this talk about Odell Beckham.
You did.
You took some shots.
Because when the fan base kept pushing, you are giving the wrong impression to the Joneses, of thinking that that's what we want, and they gave us exactly what we asked for: a 46 pass attempt game on Sunday. Because that's what we were asking for. We receiver. We got to pass, we got to score, and that's what they gave.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you asked for. And I've been trying to diffuse that, because I know that they react to whatever the media, because they want to give you what you want.
Yep.
That's what they gonna do.
Yep.
If that's what you clamoring about, they gonna give it to you, and then they gonna say, "Yeah, we can still improve with it with Odell Beckham."
No.
And that's not the answer. Football.
No, Odell is not the answer. Sorry.
That's not the solution.
If we had a different, DP Johnson, DP. Listen, y'all gotta get to know this dude right here, man. This dude, DP Johnson, DP. I posted your stuff on Twitter today. It lit up. Your comment today on Kellen Moore. Let me go read what he said on Kellen Moore. Boy, that boy DP went fed. That boy felt on real quick. Let me go to DP, dog, because that boy DP lit my Twitter up, and I knew it was too. Boy, I'm talking about the people still sharing it. Let me read this from DP. I'm glad y'all hanging in here with me too, man. Check this out. This is what DP said, bro. DP, hold on real quick. DP said, you can't be a great coach when you refuse to play to the strength of your team in favor of your imagination.
Correct.
Oh my God. Just the start of it is so good. God damn! Oh man, that boy wrote that like he was Socrates. Then
He was saying it too, but in different perspectives.
Oh man, well he started this thing on. All right, this is what DP said. Now listen. Whenever DP write, read it. DP goes hard in the chat. He be writing the most thoughtful stuff. Yo, check this out. He said, how does the organization spend 2 weeks talking about needing help at wide receiver, and you come out and throw it over 40 times?
I said that.
He said, when we are up 14 points, Dak throwing should only be on third down, especially when we eating on the ground. Kellen needs to go. Not only does he get pass happy, obviously I underline that, but he wants to do it with tempo so he can hurry up and put the D back on the field. And we started to show off with that. Like, who's to blame? Offense or defense? Then we showed the tempo. We showed how they kept putting that defense out there because he was going high tempo and he was going 3 and out and high tempo. Wearing out his own defense. Boy, this is just fire. And then he said this, Mike McCarthy needs to go ham. I agree on everything. And on Kellen Moore doing film and make it clear this is a run-first offense and a defense-led team. Kellen needs to know to get behind it or get out. We got us another super chat. He said, that's why I asked for T.Y. Hilton, because he knows how to run option routes. That ain't bad, bro. But I don't trust Kellen with no new weapons, to be honest. It's sad that I'd rather take less, just to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
No new friends.
It's sad. And y'all know I was beating the drum on Odell Beckham, but not after Sunday. Not after Sunday. It's like, nah, I'll be a fool to trust this drunk dog.
I wouldn't even trust him from the start.
I know you would, Coach. Because that's Kellen Moore right there with his pass.
Because that's who, listen here. Who you think in the organization that's asking for another receiver? Mike McCarthy ain't never said about we need another receiver. I guarantee you it's the Trojan horse is talking about we need another receiver.
OC, come on up in here, dog. The OC talking about don't let me come up, man. OC, bring your butt up in here, dog. Bring your butt up in here, because we finna get to solutions anyway. Come on in, dog. We finna get to solutions. All right. So here we go. Solution time. Solution time. The first solution, in my opinion, Dak.
Dakota.
Yep.
So this is the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Dak. When Green Bay wasn't running the ball, what did he do? Sunday. Coach be tripping back. Coach be laughing in the background. He be tripping me out. Coach just be laughing. He know where I'm going. What happened, Coach? What happened? What did he do?
Run the ball on a third down and one when they could won the game in regulation. The only thing they needed a field goal to win the regulation, and they made a pass play. He ran the pass play, but he went on the sideline and made it evident that we should have ran the football. And when they got the ball again, that's what they did.
Yep. Yep. And see, I read his lips. He said, "Run." See, my boy, we all rocking the running damn ball has today because sadly we gotta start this campaign back up again. This should have been an old campaign. We gotta preach it again. Listen, y'all. He didn't say run the damn ball. He said run the effing ball. Go read his lips. He didn't say go run the damn ball. He said, and he was talking to his head coach. He said, now this is somebody who you can easily argue is the GOAT of arm talent. And he said, why are you using my arm? run the ball. But he didn't say run the ball. He said run the effing ball to his head coach, Dak. And I'm just keeping it real. You know, listen, Dak, I cover Dak, but Dak, we can't trust Kellen Moore. The only thing we can do is get that untrained dog out of here. So, number one, we need you to buck him, bro. We need you to know and take your game to the next level to where you are very involved with situational football. Very aware of where we are in terms of time of possession. You got to know all that now, Dak. You got to. I'm sorry. I know it's putting a lot on your plate, but hey, this is a contending team, and we can't lose it to no OC who really trying to get a job off the Dallas Cowboys. And yes, I said it.
Yep.
Yes, I said it. I said it. I ain't trying to trust no untrainable dog, Dak. I'm sorry. So we got to first look to you. Just like Aaron had the nuts to say, hey, man, run the effing ball to his head coach. Bro, you got to do that to Kellen. I'm sorry. Just keeping it real.
Because Aaron Rodgers know what running backs he got. He got two great running backs.
Yep.
And just like we got two great running backs.
Second.
And they don't. Yeah.
Go ahead, coach. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I thought you was finished.
You know he got two great running backs, and he leaned on those running backs, and he said, let me just make a big play here and there, but I'm going to control the game with Dylan and the other running back. And ain't nobody having no questions about who should start or who get more carries. These guys work as tandem, and that's what they do.
Man, we got us a $5 super chat. Hold on, we got us a $5 super chat. And I like this one. This is a good one, Sin City. Boy, that boy Sin City coming in with that 5. He said Malik Davis is good enough third back to get his running game to the top. I honestly believe our OC is only for college level. Yeah. Perfect super chat. My second
That's
solution.
That's where you should have developed this game.
My second solution, y'all. I can't wait to hear y'all talk about this. Mike McCarthy. You doing too much delegating, my dog.
And he setting you up to fail.
He's setting you up, bro. You doing too much damn delegating, bro. I ain't hearing that shit no more. I'm sorry. I was cool at first with you playing this. You know, you was playing it right and all of that. You was, you ran. Now, what kind of head coach are you to be against option routes and let this dude run it on your watch anyway?
That's exactly what Keystone was about to say. Honest to God, man.
He said it last year. I want Coop to get the ball. And Coop don't get the ball.
Yeah. McCarthy, what are you doing, dog? Now, see, I could see you playing the politics.
Stop pointing. It's going digital.
See, I was cool with you playing the politics when it was confusing who the fault was. Cool. But see, now we've lost every game this year we came out passing. Amp proved today, Amp proved today that we had 3 and outs every time we came out passing Sunday. Every time. When we passed 2 times, anytime we punted. Mike McCarthy, how in the hell are you talking about refs when it was your OC that cost you this game?
Yep.
I said it this morning.
We ran the same play.
Same
we got the
OC
same type
that
of
was
penalty. Boss, crazy.
And you know what? Go ahead, Coach.
We know something was funny. I went back and looked at it. And remember, when they talking about it, CeeDee Lamb, he got interfered with, right? On that play, on that third down play.
Yeah.
But that was the same play. They ran the same play to Noah Brown against the Philadelphia Eagles, and he got a pass interference because you left it in the hands of the officials to call it tight. when you should have ran the ball. You failed one time and you went right back and did the exact same thing again.
We did that against the Bengals. Remember we did that against the Bengals, Coach?
Yeah.
Same thing.
I've been saying this for a couple. What you just said, I've been saying for a year, and I'm telling you, you think Kellen Moore gonna lose the confidence team? Let me tell you something about players. They understand you the head coach, and if you don't say nothing, even though they know the situation, and you don't put it right, and you jeopardize, because they know the windows of winning is very short.
Yep.
And then you get paid because you cutting my numbers down, so I can't get my paper either. They'll turn on Mike McCarthy too, because they'll call him soft. They'll like him, but they won't respect him. They're like, oh, he's a good guy. He's a great guy to talk to. But I don't believe nothing he talk about.
No, yeah, man.
He let it roll down.
Boss.
See, at this point, I believe. See, Coach Marv been on Mike McCarthy head for a long time. Coach, I'm finna get right with you now. At this point, Coach, me and you know, every now and then, me and Coach go against each other. Every now and then, we don't see eye to eye. But guess what? Shit, on this one, man, we finna two-step, Coach. We finna start two-stepping on this dude. Say, because it's enough. It's enough now. It is enough.
Like now, looking like Little Mike.
You looking? That's what you said at the very beginning of the show, Keystone. This is Little Mike. This is Little Mike. This is Little Mike, man. Yeah, bro.
Boss, check this out. We gave Kellen Moore too much credit earlier because we said, you know, he wants the credit. He's auditioning for a job, etc., whatever. We totally missed this point, boss.
What's that, homie?
See, we were looking at it as Kellen Moore against Mike McCarthy, right? And you even mentioned this too when you were talking about, you know, him being a family man and he's being selfish and he's married, living single, right? In the beginning of this season, in the off season, we heard so many rave reviews about Dan Quinn. Oh man, Dan Quinn, he's getting in there. He put pads on. You know, he's got his hat on backwards. He's talking to the guys. He's got them fired up. He's got them playing inspired summer football, etc., whatever. We heard all of that. Mike was the only one getting the praise this preseason. Let's just say today the Cowboys fired Mike McCarthy, right? We have all said amongst ourselves that Dan Quinn would be a pretty solid candidate. He's got prior head coaching experience and he has a good pulse. And he took a defense and brought it from the damn grave. Let's just be completely honest.
Yeah.
Because they balled out of their minds last year, something that we didn't even see coming, right?
Yep.
So Kellen Moore, when he's up by 14 points, says, look, I'm going to hurry up and get up off this field. We got to lead. See, that's one of those people I hate working with. I did my job. I did my part. I ain't helping nobody else. I'm only doing such and such amount of work. And what he is doing is he's actually purposefully setting Dan Quinn up to look bad. He's purposely exposing his defensive coordinator because he feels that he could be potentially his competition come into the season if Jerry and Steven decide to go on from Mike McCarthy.
Wait, man, you done went too deep on me now, dog. but that's a real theory. I ain't gonna fight you on that theory. It don't look right. It's one thing for sure. Because
don't know, fella.
You running.
You don't know.
Now, Coach, you know what? I think it's something to what Amp is saying, though.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying, I understand, but he just don't know how to work it. Man, Dan Quinn had to teach the guy how to interview. You know, Dan Quinn said that. He said he taught him, helped him try to interview. This kid is not ready for this type of position, and it shows in the biggest moments.
Yeah.
Because when
Kellen Moore put his name on Jason Garrett playbook and put his own name on it. That's all he did.
OC said this. OC, and he may be listening, but OC said this long time ago. And this is true. When you get nervous, like when McCarthy was nervous in the big game, Kellen Moore gets nervous. You can look at him on the sideline, look nervous. When you get nervous, you revert back to what you were comfortable doing.
Yeah.
And what is that?
Boss, we said that this morning too.
Yeah, I said he was scared. I said the same thing. Yeah, he's scared. He's scared. He is. He's scared.
Back to what you were comfortable doing.
Yep.
This is when Mike
The
McCarthy got to
beautiful part
step
about
in
all of this,
and get him through
we
that
all
fear.
saying the same thing.
Yep.
This is when Mike McCarthy got to step in and say, "Hey, this is when you protect. This is how you protect your young coach. You come in and now you grain the reins from it. You're not taking them away from him. You're teaching them by taking the reins and say, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want this possession. This is what I want. When you call that stupid play on the cover, hell no. Nah, check that. This is where we're going to go.
Right. And see, Mike McCarthy, at this point, Mike McCarthy, I'm with Coach Marv now. I'm no longer, from this day forward, I'm not looking for this dude to be transformed into a responsible play caller. Nope. I consider him a dead dog to me. He's untrainable. He is tearing up the house. The only thing you do with this dog is lock him up. You can't trust him. You can't trust him. And this is why you can't trust that old.
Which with a capital B.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Bruh.
He ain't old though.
He thought it was funny when he said, everything in me wanted to pass the ball all day. Ha ha. So you playing? You playing with wins, dog? Winning funny to you? Because every time we did it your way, we lost. Mm-hmm. See, when we abandoned the run, the first 8 games of 2021, we started losing. Guess who got blamed for it? Dak. Mike McCarthy. The only people that was pointing at you was the Hall of Famers. That was it.
Boss, certainly that's the way it went.
Bro, and listen, I wasn't finished on solutions. You know who else we got as problems who started all of this and they the only ones that can fix it?
Jerry Jones. Stephen Jones.
You know something? I don't even know if they, but listen, it's the craziest thing about it. You know the real problem why the Jones need to fix it? Yeah, you know that this Dallas, there's always been the Joneses problem. They don't ever want to say that they're wrong.
Yep, that's the problem.
They want to do it. They want to do it their way.
Listen, their pride, they'll go all the way to the grave with something, so they won't say they're wrong. They might not even believe it, might see another way, but they still won't say they're wrong.
We got the big homie in the building. We got the big homie OC in the building. Oh Lord, we got all 5 of us up in this.
Salute,
OC.
Hey man. Hey man,
crank it up.
You know, I don't know where to start, man. But listen, to y'all point about the Joneses, man. Y'all put so much content out here. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Y'all put fire in the chat, man. Coach Marv, Am,
fire.
You know what I mean? Mr. Banks, y'all put fires in the chats, man. Boss Cowboy, man. Y'all appreciate the content. Y'all show some love to these fellas, man. They put it in overtime, man. It's late, and I know it's late on the East Coast. Got my man Keystone in here, man, working hard, man. Salute, man.
My boy Empton put on some new clothes and everything, got up out the bed for this show.
I was in the bed, OC.
Yoga flame.
He took a shower, woke himself up, everything.
But hey,
man,
this is overtime. You got to put in that work if you want to win a championship. Hey
man, look, man. At the end of the day, man, the Cowboys have really dramatically failed in one area, and 2 areas in particular. The defensive interior line. We failed extensively in that area, right? Repeatedly, with going back to Marinelli with his give me the effort guys versus talent guys. Give me the cheap player that I'm going to make give 1,000% and I'm going to turn them into something versus going out here and paying for a good free agent when they were available on the market. Or either drafting a good defensive tackle high. This has been like an epidemic. This has been the Cowboy way. To save a bunch of money, getting underachieving defensive tackles, even going back to Crawford, who
Facts.
somehow got a $45 million contract and stayed around here for years, man, averaging 0.3 sacks a year, man, like 0.3, not even half a sack, like 0.3 sacks a year. So, we got this and on we go, man. And then number two, it's the trust issues. It is the trust issues of the Jones family. That's the downfall of the Cowboys, because when you hire a championship coach, and you can say whatever you want about Mike McCarthy, he's a championship coach. You do not make him have a pet. You don't force him to have a pet. You don't force him to do something that he really didn't want to do. But you know what? Hey, I'll take the bag. I ain't no fool. I'll take the 25 mil. I'll take it. Okay, fine. I'll suck it up and deal with Kellen Moore. But you know what? The real deal is that's not going to produce a championship until Kellen Moore is out of here, and Mike McCarthy has the reins to put his people in place or make the play calls himself. The Cowboys are going to come up short. Mark my words.
Yeah, because you either got to tie this dude's hands, you either got to tie this dude's hands, or he go sabotage us. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
You got to tie his hand, but still, yeah, I'm gonna say this, man, and I really mean this. Yes, he took the bag, but there's not too many guys that has the pedigree and the championship resume that Mike McCarthy got that's even going to take that job with this type of situation. That shows that. And you know something? And once he got the job, the bag of 25 is his.
Coach.
So they fire me, I'm still going to get my bag.
Coach.
I ain't going to sit here and let it go crash and burn.
Coach, before you finish your point, I gotta hit the OC button for this. This ain't gonna be the prettiest, but I gotta hit it. The OC.
There's no emotions, no friends.
I gotta hit
no
that
loyalty.
button, bro. God no.
Straight business. Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
I'm gonna hit you with another one, OC. Hold on. The OC. I'm hit you with 2 buttons.
No emotions, no friends.
With a new beat.
No loyalty.
God dog it. We got. I might hit you with one more button with a whole nother beat to it. Let's go. OC.
There's no emotions, no friends.
I got 3 beats for the OC the way he came up in here, man. We got 3 straight businesses, man. Let's go.
Straight business in the chat.
All right, let's go, Coach.
Yeah, I just, it's
Beautiful.
time. Boss has said it. I've been saying it for a long time. It's either you gonna get down Mike McCarthy, or you gonna lay down.
At this point,
listen, there's no end possibility, because let me tell you something. Once you on Dallas stage, you get fired. The history says you ain't gonna get no more jobs. So
what the history
you gonna make it work with all this talent you got, right? And say, hey, fire me in mid-season. If he go roll right now, with the Cowboys gonna fire him in mid-season, and you win it? No, they ain't gonna fire him. They ain't gonna even go that far. So you gonna have to get in that meeting room. This is a solution. We gonna get in the meeting room, and we gonna get my head coach. I'm head coach, and my 2 deep offensive coordinators and defensive coordinator, and we're gonna watch this game. And we're not worried about players. We're gonna watch Evan flow. How games went, things that we did wrong, things that I didn't like, and we're gonna get this flow together. Because that's hurting us, because we're doing stuff we don't supposed to do in times we should, and all this. And I'm gonna rein this in. I've given you a lot of leeway as a coordinator, but we finna rein this in a little bit, because my head is on the chopping block. And I don't care if the Joneses like it or not. What they gonna do? Fire me? You already. I'm gonna get my money. This comes down to what he wants, what Mike McCarthy wants. Because listen, it's coming to a point. He has a good football team, people. He can't let this crash and burn, because everybody in the NFL, listen, they talk about the Cowboys, but all these GMs know the talent the Cowboys got. And if you fail there, they're not gonna give you no more jobs.
My boy,
So look,
my boy West
Coach.
Coast said this. He said Mike McCarthy is the mark. Or did the OC say that? Somebody said that. Real comment. He's the mark.
Coach, let me piggyback off of you real quick.
He the one that's gonna end up with the womp if he don't get this right.
Facts. Coach, I 100% agree with what you said. But, and I told Boss this morning, I would take it 2 steps further. In that meeting, because of the dynamics of the way things are, because of the fact that Kellen Moore was empowered from day one when Mike McCarthy was hired, this has to be done not with just those 3 in the meeting and the other coaches. This also has to be done in a room with the Joneses present, because Mike himself does not have the power to just tell Kellen Moore, I need this from you.
Sad.
Because he's clearly said before in the public things that he wants, things that he would like to see, and it wasn't done. Yeah. So this has to happen. Mike is going to have to expose Kellen Moore in front of the Joneses, because ultimately, what I said this morning, Mike McCarthy is not Kellen Moore's head coach. Stephen and Jerry Jones are Kellen Moore's head coach.
Facts.
That's who he gets his marching orders from.
Let me tell y'all what to look for.
Hold on. And this is the other thing. Hold that belt up a little bit more, OC. Hold that belt up a little bit more.
It's me. I got the belt.
I understand what you're saying.
When you spare the rod,
you spoil
the child.
That's where I'm going.
And Kellen Moore is the son of Stephen and Jerry.
Yep.
He needs a spanking.
This is what I want to say to look for. This week, starting tomorrow, if you don't see, because Jerry's speaking in the morning, if you don't see him come out and call out how we got away from our run identity,
I can't wait.
We are doomed. Because if you don't see no spanking to Kellen Moore after he obviously abandoned the identity Sunday, we doomed, y'all. Just keeping it real.
Nobody.
How many times
if you don't see this tomorrow?
But can I say something right
How many times
hold on. I got to give it to y'all real. I ain't finna give it to you fake. This is what you're supposed to see tomorrow. Hold on.
What got down? Boy, look here. If he don't get a spanking, it's a problem. That's what it's supposed to look like.
If you don't see that, if you don't see that tomorrow from Jerry Jones,
it's over with. I'm not talking about this.
Not this. Gonna be temporary, fellas. OC can tell you that's only going to be temporary. And OC, Boss, all y'all have had, and this is not only in football, especially in football, but in life. If you take a leadership position and you know somebody under you is already empowered, you are destined to fail. You don't even take that position.
You right, but you know what though? I'm gonna keep it real, man. Who on the panel? Raise your hand if you wouldn't have took $25 million. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you would not have taken the $25 million. Put your hand down. All y'all would have took the $25 million. All y'all would have took the $25 million.
Straight.
So this is how you deal with this situation, right? And this is how you deal with this situation, which is a situation that's now gotten out of control, right? What you have to do, and I'm going to take it a step further than Boss Cowboy and even you, App, on this. What you got to do, you got to directly fight for your future, right? And this is how you fight for your future. You directly, publicly undress Kellen Moore.
Yes.
And it has to not come from Jerry. You got to do it as a head coach. You got to say, look, our offensive coordinator, you got to say stuff like this. Our offensive coordinator has to stick to the game plan. We are a run-dominant team, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that this is enforced. You got to start to talk.
OC, where is he though? Why is he not doing?
He's going to coach him through the media.
Because he's playing too much politics, and now we're getting to the point of desperation. We're getting to the point of desperation. Look, this is like 300. This is like when Spartacus' wife looked at him and said, "Bring me victory or get carried back on your shield." You understand? So like Mike McCarthy is coaching for his future. He has to be willing to down his shield. And this, to your point, Coach Marv, will allow him to get another coaching position because it's not how he gets fired. It's not if he gets fired. It's not if, okay? We're past that point. It's how he gets fired. And he better go down swinging. He better go down with 10 arrows in his chest and 16 arrows in his back and make it obvious in the public that I did everything in my power to right this ship and this ownership team would not work with me. That's what he has to do, man.
Look, just like your mama said back in the day, right? Look, Mike McCarthy just celebrated his birthday this week, and he had a homecoming. He went back to the place where he had so much success, right? What your mama tell you? See, this spanking can't happen at home. You can't wait till you get home for this spanking.
Nah.
Mama tell you, if you embarrass me in public, I'm going to embarrass you in public. This has to happen publicly. I 100% agree with what you said, OC, and Coach Marr.
Let me say what I'm saying with OC saying. This is what OC brought the best point you can bring up, right? OC, you brought the best point you can bring up. He's gonna have to coach. He's gonna have to coach Kellen through the media. Same thing you have to do with some players. If defensive line, right? If you don't like the defensive line play, you done said in the meeting behind closed doors, you tell the media that our defensive line guy played better. You get the whole media focused on it, and I guarantee you the play gonna get better because they know everybody's eyeball is on it and they can't hide no more. You expose Kellen Moore.
But the question is this. Can Kellen Moore go against his real nature? Because for him to do this, guys, it violates everything that is his nature. He's going to have to go against his own nature to win.
And when he gets scared, then he's going to go back to
McCarthy just recently did back with the Cincinnati talk.
A beating will do it publicly because ultimately we know he wants a head coaching job.
No, he won't go back to it. Know why he won't go back to it? Now, this is what you do now. When you see him going back to him, right, and he start yelling the plays in the mic, no, we running this. No, we ain't running that.
Say my boy Big Gibb said it, and this is what I think will happen too, bro. Just keeping it real. My boy Big Gibb said it. My boy said it. He just kept it real. He said, "Boss, you right, but that whipping ain't gonna happen." I have a bad feeling too that it ain't gonna. We got us a super chat from Action. He said, "Boss, he not gonna do that. He gonna take his iPad." Ooh, let me call my boy West Coast real quick. I'm calling you now, West.
You can't have nobody like Sean Payton here. Man, Kellen been fired.
Right,
been fired.
Facts. He would have been fired.
And Sean would have cared what you say.
What's up with it, big dog?
Man, y'all are absolutely cooking, bro. I literally turn my music. I don't even really listen to music no more, but in the car. But I got y'all bumping out of my dang my BM right now, man. Y'all sound real good, better than any music on right now, man. Y'all cooking, bro.
Appreciate it, big dog. You do, and you too. I just want to say that, bro. Listen, I'm not
cooking today.
I'm not bumping this. Listen, West Coast had a fire show today. Dead serious. Yeah, for real. I listened to the whole thing, bro. When I say you was in your bag today, bruh. But go ahead.
I appreciate it, man. You know, I ain't really. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. Like, at this point of the game, I'm not really as mad at the organization. I'm gonna keep it. I'm more mad at fans right now. Keep it real, like because. Like, I can't be mad at, like, this is this is November what? We've been having the same problems on this team for almost 2 years. Like, I asked people, can we run the ball? I made a t-shirt, can we run the ball? Then I put it on a hat. I went through the same process with stop the damn run. Hey, man, can we stop the damn run? Okay, we don't want to stop the damn run. Let me put it on a shirt. Then guess what? Training camp. Here comes the hats. So for me, the Dallas Cowboys lost the way I would think you would lose, and that's you ran the ball up the middle and off the edges, and the Cowboys can stop it. Now, the issue that I be having is with fans, man, who are just now realizing this. Like, what are we doing, Cowboy fans? We got to get to the point where we're no longer just enjoying these games, but we're actually watching the football in the games. Because, like, I feel like sometimes, like, people feel me, people watch my show because I'm entertaining, but I also want to make sure that they understand they're getting some quality football content out of me. You feel me? So it's like, it's the same thing. Like, I know we got these 70 and 80-inch screen TVs, and it's HD, and we have an enjoyment. But, like, bro, are we actually watching football and identifying what is football and what is entertainment? Bro, I'm telling you right now, the part of the Dallas Cowboys mantra and what they're doing right now is there is a large portion of entertainment. When you were up 14 points in Green Bay in America's game and you were still throwing the ball, who are you trying to entertain? What are you trying to do? What was the game plan? If the game plan was to get into this game and win it, why didn't we win it when the game was won? Like, that's the issue. That's the type of issue that I'm having right now. It's like, as us as fans, man, like, we got to stop at some point. We got to start really honing in on this stuff because, man, I'm telling you, these regular seasons, I know the wins, they feel good, and the losses, they feel worse. But I'm going to tell y'all this right now, bro. That playoffs, it's the worst feeling in the world. And the worst feeling in the world, honestly, is for us to be losing the way we lose and then get in the playoffs and lose the exact way. That's nonsense. That is absolutely nonsense. To talk on Kellen Moore, like, man, Kellen Moore, I'm going to tell you this right now. Kellen Moore is, one thing I respect about Kellen Moore is at least he do what he want to do. Like, I can't not, like, he ain't trying to be nobody but himself. Like whatever.
Finish him.
Like, at least he do what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? And he
Damn that.
You know Damn that. Boss, like, it's two things that I feel like the Cowboys are just going to have to get over. Kellen Moore and penalties, because they're not going away. Your best mindset on Kellen Moore and penalties is you need to figure out how you can work around him.
Right.
16 people got fired when they let Jason Garrett and all his boys left. We had 17 people on staff. Who do you think was the one person they kept? They even fired the running back coach. How do you fire the running back coach?
Yeah, how you do that?
How do you fire? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, facts. Hey, but Wes. Hey, Wes. Go ahead. But go ahead.
I mean, then it's like, the running, the stopping the damn run, man. Like, I know fans don't believe in, because everything is programmed around entertainment and fantasy football, and running the ball doesn't push that narrative. It doesn't push that narrative.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't push that. Just like I know a lot of people hate watching these Thursday night football games because they say they're boring. But I'm a defensive coordinator. I love these Thursday games because you're seeing some of the best defense in football. Like, you're just seeing some of the best. Some of these games on these Thursday nights are actually showing you guys some of the best defense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the fans, we have to adjust the way we see things. Like, we have to adjust. Two things we got to adjust on is, one, we are better. I don't care if it's our identity. Our identity really isn't running the ball, because your identity is when you flip your fingerprint over, it is what it is on your fingerprint. Our identity really, honestly, man, is what your offensive coordinator does, and that is pass the ball, man. When it's all said and done, he wants to pass the ball. But what works best for us is running the damn ball.
Bruh.
And that's what runs. It's like with Big Mama, like you be in the house and you be like, I don't know what works for them, baby, but this what works for us, and we gonna do what works for us. But then on the flip side, because football is the biggest yin and yang in the world, that's why it's the most passionate and true sport, because football really is yin and yang. Brother, if you are going to run the ball excessively, what is the yang on the other side of that? You have to be able to stop the run.
Hey, big
and I'm
dog.
gonna tell y'all this right now. Dan Quinn is a single mother, man, with 5 kids, man. He's doing the best that he can, bro. You can't make LVE, Micah Parsons, Neville Gallimore, and Jonathan Hankins make that your core guys on trying to stop the run. That's not going to happen. Everybody that I just said right now is either undersized or underperforming.
Thanks.
And that's just what it is.
Right.
So it's like so you can't even. I don't expect. This is my last thing I'm gonna tell you. I don't expect the Dallas Cowboys to stop the damn run. I don't expect it anymore.
Bruh.
You know why? Because I do not believe we physically have the physical people to do it. But what I do believe is you can still stop the run by what? By not letting it get started. Just run the damn football, bro.
Man.
Like,
Hey, West Coast,
Hey,
plug
boss,
your channel,
before
big
you
dog.
let him go,
No,
you let him go.
No, hold on.
Before you let him go.
No, I gotta let him go because you know you can't get with. But West Coast go all night if you ask him questions.
No, this ain't
yeah,
nothing he
man.
can comment on.
Yeah, y'all already know what it is, man. Like, man, it's West Coast Cowboy on every platform. You know what I'm saying? My schedule being really hella busy because I'm working with these kids with this flag football. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, if this is over this week, man, so I promise you, man, you're going to see your boy bombarding Boss Cowboy Show. Because I'm going to tell y'all this right now. I don't really like doing a lot of shows for a whole lot of people because I just, for an hour and a half, it's hard to find dudes that you can just agree with for an hour and a half. Usually they'll say some dumb stuff like Dak sucks in the middle of the conversation, and I'm like, I'm out, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Boss Cowboy, Marv, Amp, you know what I'm saying? My boy Trav at the bottom down there, OC. These are folks, man, that I can just listen. I can have talks and conversation with them outside of life. So I know it'll be a great thing when it comes down and when it matriculates, man. But, boss, you're doing a beautiful thing, man. I'm extremely proud of you, man. You know I call you my big brother in life, and that's always that'll never change, man.
Hey, man, we need to get us a show in before the week is out, bro. We got to figure out a way to make that happen, dog. You know, the people want that.
After this week, bro, my schedule about to free all the way up, bro. All the way up. So we gonna be good.
Let's get it, big dog. Hey, man, that's West Coast, man. Appreciate you, big dog. And listen, y'all. Coach, can you show them the running down ball hat? Because the guy who started the whole campaign is West Coast.
I got 3 of them in the house, and he just sent me one more in the mail today.
And he sent me another one in the mail. Yeah, he just sent me another one in the mail. So we back on with you, dog, and we rock and rock. And thank you for being the captain and the general of running down ball, big dog.
And we don't need Odell Beckham.
I agree with you. Well, we could have used him with the right OC, but we ain't got the right OC. That's another debate, but
nope.
We agree now. That's West Coast, y'all. Appreciate it, big dog.
Yes, sir.
I just was going to tell him, hey, he need a new T-shirt, new campaign, run the damn ball so you could stop the damn run.
Yeah, put it together.
Put it together.
All right. So final words, y'all. Y'all know how we finna do.
Let me turn it off. Right? With my final word. Man, great show, man. OC told us a couple of weeks ago why we don't even need Odell Beckham, but because he said we only use what we got.
Facts.
And what we got, we have enough. If we use them correctly, we'll be all right. But listen, man, we're talking about some real football issues, and we're not losing games, these close games, these big games, which we're losing all of them close. We're not getting blown out. We're losing because we're not managing the game correctly.
That's it.
On the offense and on the defense. And when you get in big games against good teams, it comes down to the very small things.
Yep.
Because the margin of victory is very small. And penalties, time possession, turnovers, clock management, not doing the flow of the game, all these type of things can cause you to get and lose these big games. And that's what we're trying to get this Cowboy team together on, because fellas, people, I know y'all know this, we got enough talent. But we have to have continuity football. And I'm gonna go back to what, and then my last thing, I'm gonna go back to what Mike McCarthy said. He said when he first got the job, he said, we're gonna fit our scheme to the players that we have. Well, you're not doing that on offense.
Nope.
You said that you're gonna have continuity football. You're not doing that when you're allowing your defense to play over 32 minutes a game.
Thanks.
And your defense is good on third down conversion. So that means your offense is really not allowing them to be the offense is not allowing them to be on the field. And I say this when we hear that 103 and they talking about McCarthy and they talking about all this. Listen to all these guys talk, and they're not gonna really put the total blame on Kellen. But I've learned this, and y'all remember this statement right here. When people are talking and they start and they say but or they say and in a conversation with you, what comes after the but and the and, you better believe that's the real truth. All the stuff before that may be true or not. But what comes after the but and anytime somebody talking to you, that's what they really believe.
Bruh.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So listen to them when they talking, they get there and say, well, but we do need to get rid of those options. That's what they really believe. All the other stuff they talk about is hypothetical. So take that lesson for life. The but and the and word. After that, that's what's the truth. And the truth is that this kid is too young to be an offensive coordinator. And it goes back to my first conversation with Boss Cowboy and OC. Because he know how to control the game, and he still don't know it.
That was your first conversation. Shout out to Coach Moore. Key, go ahead.
What we on, final word?
Yeah.
My final word is on how I'm looking at the team. Where's the identity?
Yeah.
We have to really find some sort of identity if we're going to have any type of a run. Never mind playoffs, just to finish the season. Because we are that can still run the ball. We talked about this since the beginning of the season that most of our schedule is going to be NFL teams that can run the ball. We knew what we was up against. But at the end of the day, Mike, it's time for you to get right back in front of that media and start calling out that yard dog that you letting run around in your field, stinking up the place and making you look bad. It's time for you to go back to what you do and force them to make moves and like, look, we gotta listen to this guy. Because if he's talking and we continue to take these L's, the media's gonna hold us accountable. And we can't have that. You know, I don't want no accountability on my end. Get back to that, Mike. Big Mike. Step on them necks, man. Keep feeding that media. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm just getting ready for Minnesota to see what the pros and the cons is going to be. Other than that, I thank all y'all, man.
Hey, if we get no belt this week, we're in trouble, dog. Go ahead, Al.
Man, look, I appreciate every single one of you here, because I told Boss this morning, I said, man, this is the second time I talked to him. I said, man, I don't feel right. Like, something ain't sitting right in my spirit. I can't even work how I need to because I'm thinking about what could have been. And the most frustrating part about this season, you look at when the 2020 season came to a conclusion, we didn't have the same feeling we had at the end of the 2021 season. And we didn't have the same feeling we have now. See, we didn't have that feeling at the end of the 2020 situation because we lost the leader of our team. And I'm talking about Dak Prescott. When he went down, so did the expectations. But because we have Dak, he's back, he's healthy. Because of the pieces we have, even not having Amari Cooper, the way the defense is constructed, we still believe as a general population that we are good enough to be successful and to make a run in the playoffs. We feel the way we feel because we know we're better than what we've been showing. That's why we are so frustrated. So at the end of the day, I just want us, I've been saying this so much, I just want us to play smart, common sense football. That is I've been looking for a wishing star. I put that on my Christmas list. I want us to play smart football because when we play smart football, I don't know nobody who could beat us in the league. That's my final thought.
Before you go, OC, because I want you to close this out, big dog. If that's okay. Bro.
Yep.
Look. All right. So we talked about solutions. And I'm going to tell you right now. Boss Cowboy, Nah. And no longer am I even thinking about talking about how to transform him into a responsible play caller. I don't care if he get good for about 2-3 weeks. I don't care. He's already shown me that you can't trust him. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So, I'm going to tell y'all what we better see this week or we are in trouble. I'm going to just tell you the truth, dog. So, you ain't run the ball? If you don't see that from nobody, we in trouble. Like, if you don't see Mike McCarthy, on some spanking, Jerry on some spanking, Steve, somebody better be spanking him for coming out there, because all of them said we had a run identity. Every one of them. You said it, Steven, Jerry said it, and Mike. What you gonna do when your OC just bucked you? Your OC came out with your quarterback and threw it 46 times. What you gonna do? He playing with your contention. So let me ask you a question. Do y'all want to be right so bad that y'all go cover for Kellen Moore to just appear right?
Boy, I wish I had a butt.
B. Bird said it
so
best.
loyal to him?
Kellen Moore is the third most powerful person on the Cowboys. That has been proven right. But what you go do now that he's bucked you? Because he's bucked all of y'all. He told all of y'all to y'all face, I'm getting ready to throw it 46 times. Even though the probability of it working is bad.
Finish him.
He slapped, even if just by doing that. That was a slap in their face.
It was a slap in their face, dog. The only, listen, so I'm just keeping it real. If you don't see no spanking starting tomorrow, I would be really, I just got to keep it real. We in trouble, y'all. Just keeping it real. We are in trouble. And I'm just keeping it real. That's my final word. OC, it's on you, big dog.
So listen, man, this is what needs to happen this week. And this is what needs to happen every single week for the rest of the year in some sort of fashion. It needs to be a mention, all right? A mention of the offensive and the defensive coordinators and how they're doing. That is what is going to keep people in check and accountable. What Mike McCarthy has to do is use the media. You know, we used to say, win the crowd, win your freedom. Well, Mike McCarthy has to win the crowd to control his team.
Yep.
He has to win the crowd to control his team. So if he is willing to strategically do that and let his cojones be heavy on that weight scale, right, then we got a chance, okay? We got a chance to right some of these wrongs. And something that we have not talked about that I will bring out just in brief because I know we got to go. The whole key to this is formation. He needs to be in Kellen Moore's hip pocket about these formations. Kellen, run 21, run 31 primarily. 2 tight ends, 1 back, or 3 tight ends. Do not come out and spread unless we are down by 14 points. Do not come out and spread. Do not come out in trips right. Come out in 2 tight ends or 3 tight ends, sir. And you're going to work these tight ends into this game plan come hell or high water. I want you to throw it to hot pockets. I want you to throw it to Bender shot. I want you to throw it to Ferguson. Because these boys, except for the hot pockets, prove they can block.
Facts.
And if we get in 3rd and medium, if we get in 3rd and 10, I want an option for every single pass play to be a check down to Schultz. Every single pass play. Forget option routes. Forget forcing the ball down the field on all vertical routes, throwing into double and triple coverage and making them guess, and everybody's getting confused and somebody's throwing an interception. The key to controlling this is to make Kellen Moore operate his offense inside of certain formations. If we can do that, and we get some strength from Mike McCarthy, he has to let his intestinal fortitude weigh heavy on the scale. We got a chance. We got a chance to right this ship. If we don't, and I'm sorry, if we don't this week,
we out.
If we go up there and get our butt kicked by Minnesota, we in a sinking ship.
So you just saw it. It's in your face. It's clear. It was a long show. For everybody that stayed to the end, shout out to you. Shout out to you. But it was worth it, because see, when you hear what we was talking about in hindsight, and we was given foresight at the time, we was really sounding the alarm against Kellen. And I know a lot of people looked and they was like, boss, that's just too much. Come on, man, you need to change that title. You're doing too much, boss. It's just too much now. Sometimes you can go too far. Get this untrainable dog. Yeah, I was calling Kellen Moore an untrainable dog, because he was acting that way. And anybody that know what they was looking at could see it. And I could see it. I could see Mike McCarthy was clearly fighting for a run identity. And that dog Kellen Moore was rebelling. A lot of people ain't gonna say it like that, because I'm gonna be honest, because you're soft. You soft. You ain't gonna say it just straight up. I'm gonna say it straight up. I'm gonna look you dead in your face, put the camera right on me, and I'm gonna tell you, he was being an untrainable dog. Straight up rebellious. So next time you see it, say it. Don't be scared. Say it. Because if you're trying to win a championship, you call out the BS, man. I want us to get that. So take this type of content, share it, because this also shows that we going in the right direction. I'm gonna put on my clear out views when I make this last point. So one of the things that's gonna happen, one of the things that's clearly getting ready to happen, is we're going to be a complementary football team. We're going to be dead focused on that. The days of an offensive coordinator trying to get a head coaching job, trying to use key games to highlight himself, his play calling. I said in that video, I don't know if y'all caught it, but at the 29 mark, I said, 29-minute mark, I said, Kellen Moore was running plays and calling plays like he was a single man. Hopefully y'all caught that. Not a married man. He play called for the offense, not for the team. And it was clear. You could see it especially in the Green Bay game. You could see it in his hurry up. You could see it in his passing attempts. He did not attack them where they was weak, where they couldn't stop the run, but he wanted to pass it 46 times. That's all play calling for you. You was acting single, Kellen. We need, and what we have now with Mike McCarthy is somebody that's going to call plays for the family. So he's going to run an offense to keep his defense rested, but yet effective. We got a lot of reasons to be excited. That's if you want wins. Now, if you want popcorn and sugar, you still go be on these corny campaigns like Establish the Pass, weirdo stuff, like just real weird stuff. You not go with what works. You go with what you want, because you selfish and you trying to promote you. But if you trying to promote what's best for this team, you should be getting behind Mike McCarthy. You should be changing all these old fringe, weird, Establish the Pass, all this, people that really believe play action don't make a difference if you run the ball or not, because they listen to stat nerds and that type of stuff. Now, no real football people believe that stuff. I don't care what stat nerd and what study. I guarantee if you look behind that study, it's full of hoes. So, but over here, we go keep it real. Over here, we go talk real football, and you can see it from this video. So y'all stay up. We got a lot of content dropping this week. Continue to like, share, and subscribe to Boss Cowboy Sports. And we gonna keep giving you this type of stuff, man, from here until we winning not just one championship but multiple. We trying to run it up. We trying to re-establish our dominance in the NFL, and it just takes being honest, and I'm gonna continue to do that. Y'all stay up. It's Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.